Oh wait, they can't hear you guys either. Let me see.
So what was so tumultuous about it?
Are we
Now we're
having
good.
some?
Nope, we're good. Yep,
We're good.
We're all good
all
now?
right.
We're good.
All righty.
All
Ed,
right. Well,
redo the intro.
Hey, redo the intro right now.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Little bitch.
well, now someone else can do the intro for that.
Hey guys, this is episode 65 of the Blur Podcast. We have Ed Underground, myself, Green Tuner, Dark Side. How you guys doing, baby? All right, now we're caught up. All right.
No, we are cut.
Yeah, all right, Dark Side. What
Very
you were
good.
saying? You had a tumultuous week.
It's just been a lot going on. You know, a lot happening in the world. So,
Yeah.
for sure. Like we were just talking about what was going on this week, what we're going to discuss. When it comes down to it, we got some very simple things we want to discuss, but I thought there was a ton of things we wouldn't even have time to cover. But I think it's just the amount of information out there, what with the politics and what with the real life mixed in with our fantasy useless garbage we talk about here.
Fancy,
but,
Useless.
What?
How
I
dare you?
apologize.
Continue.
Yeah,
All right.
I apologize. Wakanda forever, guys.
Exactly.
You jerk.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah.
How's-
My week. I was talking to you guys earlier. I won't go into the details too much into it because we're gonna
Try not to cry.
Yeah, I'm trying not to cry. I've been watching all 9 episodes of the Skywalker saga, and
Oh God.
man, what a roller coaster of emotions. I was talking to my wife about it, who is not a Star Wars fan whatsoever, doesn't like Star
Fake
Wars, 100% a fake fan. She's willing to watch all of like the Lord of the Rings with me, but she will not watch Star Wars.
Good.
She said something about
She chose well.
yeah, she said she was traumatized by Star Wars. I don't know. So I just kind of
By Star Wars?
Yeah.
The
I think-
Ewoks?
I don't know. Maybe the Ewoks, and I don't know. But she won't watch Star Wars with me. So I have to watch it all by myself. So watch the entire saga, and man, it's just it made me going back down memory lane. It made me sad. Like, and I wish things were redone a little bit, but I was talking to some of the guys here about like Vader, man. He's actually a sad character overall. Like, that kind of sucks for him being the chosen one and like having like the highs of highs and then literally just becoming a slave, because of his dumb decisions for pretty much the rest of his life. Kind of stupid. And we were talking about it, there's definitely some things we would definitely change overall, maybe with actors and some of the plot. But I'm like, damn, that does suck. It was just a great.
I mean, there's a lot to change on retrospect. The
Mhm.
prequels
Retrospect,
are
yeah.
probably the most.
So obviously, top of the list to change
Yeah.
would be Christensen. He needs to go.
Hayden Christensen.
No, I think
Right?
he's
Yeah.
okay.
Absolutely, yes. And also, hot off the chat here, Black Girls Hack, causing all kinds of mayhem. F Star Wars. Did you cry, Kareem? I assume you did. And she's calling you out.
Okay, so to be fair, I did cry at one part, and that was
Hold on, let me guess.
Always, you're not joking.
No, hold on.
Okay.
Let me guess. The Senate hearing.
Which one?
The one where they're all in the pots and they show the ET people.
Which
You
one?
got to be more specific, please.
Yeah, that's it, please. Like, what?
The humongous one where they're like in a
Yeah, there was like
circular
5
dome.
of those scenes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
As a person who literally just watched all the entire thing, there's
Any
a lot
one of the
scenes.
scenes.
Any one of
Someone
them. Yes, I was crying the entire time. When they
all
were
right,
talking
which
to-
one did you have a legitimate emotional reaction to? Because here's the thing. Star Wars, I will say this. For me, Star Wars is, I'm so overexposed to Star Wars. I've severed all emotional attachment from that series. I don't feel anything. Also, in the movies, I don't feel anything either.
Okay,
You become so numb.
so
Can hear you there.
The one part,
Yeah, he
I
can't feel
actually-
his left arm.
Yeah, he
Okay.
can't. It might be carpal tunnel. It might be carpal tunnel. He
Or a
can't be-
stroke.
It's stroke.
Yeah, if I collapse, then we're like, hey, there were no warnings. He kept saying it through the podcast.
No, if he randomly dies it's because he died of a broken heart, that's
Wow.
that's the medical
I
term.
lost the will to live.
Yeah, he lost
That's
the
my
will.
medical. That's my medical medical
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
She died of a lonely heart.
Yeah.
Straight
Yeah.
from WebMD.
Yeah,
or
it was
whatever.
absolutely horrible. If there was one scene, I think the one scene that just kind of got to me was when Padme was saying like, "Hey, there's still good in him," because I mentioned to you
Oh.
guys, and the editor called me a fake fan when I mentioned this. At the end of Return of the Jedi, I think it's Return of the Jedi. What's the third one in the original? What's the episode?
Strikes
Return
Back,
of
right?
the Jedi.
No,
is
Return
episode
of the Jedi.
6.
Return of
Episode
the
six.
Jedi 3?
Episode 6.
Yeah.
The original
Return of
3.
the Jedi. Yeah. So episode 6, where they now put Hayden Christensen as in his ghost, Force Ghost form.
Yep.
They show him now, and it was like, you're a fake fan, and blah blah. But I say all that to say, because I don't remember them doing that. I totally forgot if they did that. Disney had put him into the original
And they shouldn't
trilogy.
have.
They
It doesn't
shouldn't
make
have.
any
They
sense.
shouldn't
It doesn't
have.
make any
They
sense.
shouldn't
I think it
Especially
was fine.
it was fine because
No.
he reconnected to the Force, and therefore he was able to become as a ghost, which
Yeah,
makes
but
sense.
you're
That makes
seeing
sense for last
you're
movie.
seeing Obi-Wan Kenobi as his like older self. Why wouldn't
Not
you
as
see
his younger
Anakin as
self.
his older self? Like
Well,
when
I think
he
that does
make sense,
reconnected to
yes.
the Force.
That does
I
make
think
sense.
that
Yeah.
was
That was the time when he was
his-
in the last when he was. Well, go ahead.
Right, yeah, his dying breath, he kind of like his final actions weren't as Darth Vader. His final actions were as
Was
Anakin
Anakin.
Whereas
Skywalker.
Anakin,
He should have
And he
been.
was
He
not.
should have
He
been the
wasn't
guy with
transformed
the-
into a little kid
Yeah.
again.
yeah,
Well,
with
I'm
the
saying-
grilled
He
cheese.
was as
Yeah,
old as
but-
he was, as mature as he was in that moment.
But
So it was just a
Obi-Wan
cash
is
grab
older than.
Oh, here we go. No, you know what? Let's not talk, because he always does this, where he just finds the loopholes to the stupidity
I
of the
didn't say it was
Star
a
Wars.
No,
loophole. I'm just
let's
saying.
not start off with that.
All
Let's,
right.
let's let hear Ed's theory, because these are all
All
theories.
right, let's hear it. Explain why it doesn't count. His actions as an old Anakin do not count. Can you
Well,
explain?
I think Obi-Wan is older than Anakin, so we would see Anakin looking like Anakin, but just not gray hair or whatever. I think it was fine
Well, why did they replace him? They already had the actor who played older Anakin.
because
For
we got
years.
a chance to actually see the prequels, to actually see what happened and saw the.
So
actor
why
who
didn't they
played it.
replace Alec Guinness as with with Ewan McGregor? They kept
with
Alec
Ewan
Guinness.
McGregor. Yeah.
Because that was already cast as an older Obi-Wan.
So they already cast older Anakin too. This guy literally has a name.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it was fun.
When he took off the mask, that's the guy talking. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
but
the
we-
That's
actor.
Anakin.
Yeah, but we
Yeah.
saw the burnt the burnt
what?
version of Anakin.
The
That-
bird
Yeah,
version?
so?
the version of
Yeah.
Anakin that they
Do you want to
showed-
see a bird ghost, or you want to see? The
No, he
original?
wasn't burnt though.
I know he
But
wasn't
that-
burnt. But
Wait,
I'm
wait,
just
wait. Hold
saying,
on,
we
hold on.
saw-
Stop everything.
A
Fake fan
bird
alert here.
ghost?
Have you seen the original edited Return of the
Yes.
Jedi?
Yeah, he's older. He's the same person who played the bird Anakin.
Right, but he doesn't
Yeah.
have the burns or anything. It's like he
Correct.
was
He's-
fine.
Like he
Yeah.
didn't have.
Like he aged normally.
Yeah.
So
That's
how
all.
does it make sense that Hayden Christensen is standing next to Alec Guinness? Doesn't make
I-
any sense at all.
I think it was fine. I didn't have any complaints about it.
Okay, so here's my theory. Is that when Anakin died, when Vader died, and that brief moment before he kills Palpatine, he reconnects to the Force. But prior to that, this is Darth Vader this entire time. The Anakin that we see is the Anakin when he was truly one with the Force on the Jedi side. So I just took it as this is Jedi Anakin before becoming Darth Vader, and that is the memory that Luke, since Luke said he was good, then that was the projection that he was showing was the.
But it doesn't make any sense
It
because
doesn't make sense.
Luke's
It doesn't make
only
sense, yes.
connection would be to this older version of his father. And
Yeah.
and here's the other thing on top of that makes even less sense is the version that you see in the edited Return of the Jedi. He's a like he's
Sorry.
like
He's young.
he's like no he's not only young but he's at the worst state of like he's closest to his fall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
He's-
look,
he's-
the dark side, Han. It just never
Yeah,
hit
go
me
ahead.
until you said it. The correct reaction of Luke Skywalker to seeing young Anakin is like, who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah,
Because you're
obviously.
right.
It doesn't make
he
any
had
sense.
never seen
Seen
him.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
Sum it up.
but the thing
So
is
it
this.
just- it
So,
never occurred to me.
but the thing is when
Yeah.
so Yoda explained it correctly. So Yoda explained it in I think episode maybe 7 or 8.
Fake fan.
But Yoda explained it like it's the person when you come back from the Force. You come
Yeah.
back yourself. You have to conjure yourself from the Force back into the regular material plane. So I'm assuming that when Anakin died, I mean, granted, he's,
I mean, we're using in-house logic to. I mean,
Yes.
can we not do that?
He's pulling
I
an
mean,
Ed.
doing
it's a
it.
bad
Pulling-
decision
it's
that
not
makes no
pulling Ed.
sense.
But no, Ed said this. Ed was like, "Well, Anakin's young because
That's who they cast.
that's who they cast. Like, it's Hayden Christensen. Why wouldn't they?" I'm trying to use the logic of the actual canon of the movie, which makes
Yeah,
sense.
we're
Okay,
talking
so
about
I
the
mean,
Star Wars
here's one
inside
thing
the
I
Star
would
Wars
say:
universe.
if they
Sure.
decided to, I mean, if they keep Hayden in that scene,
Mhm.
if they decided to change his appearance to be like, okay, we're not going to show him as the Revenge of the Sith, Hayden Christensen,
Mhm.
a more peaceful, different, I don't know, look to him. Maybe he needed to look different. He
aged.
literally looks like he walked out of that end fight
Yeah.
right before he died, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm here." I'm
Yeah.
like, "No, dude, we saw you do some horrible shit. You killed younglings in that outfit.
Yeah.
You know what I
sure.
mean? There's no redemption for you." So,
No,
like, I wish,
Vader killed younglings in that outfit.
yeah. So, I mean, we're looking at Vader there.
Yeah.
That's the problem. We're not looking at Anakin
No,
Skywalker.
we're looking
and
at
I
Anakin
think
Skywalker.
that the original, the way they had it was so much better. It meant something to Luke. It meant something to Leia. When you look over there, that's the guy who like saved their lives. That's the guy who like redeemed everything. Not the like image they're seeing
Yeah.
of like
it makes
you
sense.
know.
Because it kind of messes it up because they threw Hayden Christensen in for Revenge of the Sith, or not Revenge of the Sith, Return of the
Yeah.
Jedi, and then but then in Rise of Skywalker and the other one, what was the one before that? Episode 8. They show old Luke. They show old Luke.
Empire.
No,
Empire Strikes Back.
no, Episode 8.
Wait, episode 8.
Oh,
the new stuff?
Of the new stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
They show, but either way, they show old Luke when
Right.
after he died. They show old Luke, and it's like what they should have did was like de-aged him. But this is prior to Disney technology de-aging and shit.
Yeah.
They should have showed young Luke at that point, like because nobody wants. Why you want to be shown as an old ass man? Like if I could choose
You know
what I
what?
look
I
like,
just realized.
What?
I just realized something that because of what Green Tuner just said. You know, my mother's passed. So, but if I ever see a Force ghost and she's the young version, I would be like, ghost in the house, like like
who is
the
that?
ring or something, like be throwing things. I would not be
Spooky.
comforted or happy at all. I would just be like, what the fuck is this shit?
That's true. That's true.
She'd
yeah.
be coming in for the hug. I'd be like, have a heart attack or
Yeah,
something.
Who's this young woman? No, but
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but going back to the point, back to what Black Girls Hack asked, when Padme died, and she was saying there was good in Vader, and then I was reading some of the Star Wars comics that kind of tie in a lot of the missing, kind of the blanks in the missing story of what happened to Vader, of why did he start changing? Because the first 3 movies, they really don't explain it that well. Different time and so forth. I'm assuming if George Lucas could do it over again, he would absolutely redo a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, that's
But,
a sign of that's a bad sign if you're if
Your retcon,
people are filling in the most important stuff afterwards and it makes it better.
it makes it better.
Then you fucked it up the first time, bud.
Because you never really find out why Vader actually changed from the dark side.
Yeah, there's so much there. There's so much.
So what they did in the comic, I think it was Star Wars Vader, like episode comic 23 or something like that. Vader actually goes back he actually finds the Amidala moon base that they were at, and he finds one of the robots, and the robots, the robot that was the maternity robot there that it's like she's just dying. She's just lost the will to live.
Yeah.
He accesses the memory banks of that robot, and that robot is the reason. He hears the words of Padme saying, "Hey, there's still good in him," and he pretty much they show a scene, him in his own kind of memory.
Don't cry, Ian. Don't cry. You and Creamcast. Keep it
together. They're showing the memory. Instead of Palpatine falling down that hole, it was Anakin instead that fell down the hole, or Vader that fell down the hole, and then he started to de-age, and you see the different life cycles of himself, and then he goes back to being inside of himself. He goes back to being. He sees a vision of himself going back to that kid, to the original Anakin Skywalker, where he didn't realize, You know, he was just trying to do good in the world. And I was just like, damn, you know, like you said, Darkseid, it sucks that we have to go back, like other people have to fill in the story. But you gotta remember, this is the 70s, 80s. No one knew that Star Wars was gonna be as big as it was. Nobody knew that Star Wars.
This is the
Not even George
recent
Lucas.
1999.
This is the 90s. Yeah.
George Lucas, baby.
Well, I'm talking about in the 70s when the
2000s.
original,
back
the original
then.
three, the original trilogy.
Well, the original three, I mean, like, here's the thing. Those original three are a great jumping off point.
Yeah.
Everything gets fucked up after those original three.
Yes.
Those original three are perfect. I mean,
I want to say that. Well, the thing is, so for me going and watching all 9 movies, I watched them in movie release order, except chronological. So watching them in movie release order, I got to see, and then there's a lot of stuff that I forgot, honestly. But getting to see those movies again, it kind of, you can see, like, I'm not gonna lie, like the last 3, I still love them. I don't care what anybody says, I love them. I think storytelling wise, they do a great job of expressing emotion. I feel
the
like
last
last
three, you're talking
three,
about
you mean the newest?
the sequel trilogy?
Or the sequels?
I'm
Or
always
the
talking about,
prequels?
I'm always talking about chronological. So
Prequels.
I'm always not chronological.
So the last three,
I'm talking
Revenge
movie
of
release.
Okay, so the last 3 of them, the most recent 3.
Yeah,
The new
Fall of
ones.
Skywalker, the newest ones.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I like
Okay.
the newest 3 because they're more modern in storytelling.
Ugh.
And I say
Okay.
like the original trilogy, they could have helped a lot with that kind of storytelling to fill out some of the blanks that could have been told in those stories.
Like, what? I mean, we have an example of,
Like,
of
okay,
how
so like
modern.
an example, so like a good example, like if you think of modern storytelling, like Avengers, right? There was a lot of payoff
Yes.
from like the original like Iron Man movies to the very end when we got to the end of the Avengers where he was like, "I am Iron Man." You know, it was an iconic line from the first Iron Man movie, right?
Yeah.
And there was not a lot of things you had to fill out from that original Iron Man movie, but it kind of paid off towards the end. I think if that was treated as, if Star Wars was treated like a Marvel movie,
you're talking
where it was
about like
mapped out- it was mapped out.
continuity and like
Yeah,
long haul
continuity.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
I disagree.
Abrams, what?
Because you're
that-
sacrificing a good story to pay off something down the road, and that's literally why Star Wars sucks. It's that they decided not to make a good movie in the moment, and they decided to literally put off something, and then when they get there, they have no idea what the fuck they're doing.
They did.
And here's the thing that J.J. Abrams, I mean, this is a whole conversation here. J.J. Abrams
I
had
don't
an
want to go too
idea.
deep down because we want
And the
save
other
some of this
dude-
for-
Mhm.
The other dude, what was his who was
I
the other
forgot
guy?
his name.
Ryan Johnson.
Mhm.
Ryan Johnson directed probably the best looking Star Wars movie ever made in that second one, whatever that was called, which I've forgotten
Empire Strikes
too.
Back? Empire Strikes Back.
Not Empire Strikes Back.
Oh,
No,
it's
the
about-
new
I'm sorry,
stuff.
new stuff. Falls.
I like how we're all getting
something.
confused.
The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi.
The
The Last Jedi is
yeah.
probably the most like the best filmmaking visuals I have ever seen in a Star Wars film. But it is like it is not a like the story is completely like off course from what J.J. Abrams. And by the time you get to that third one, nobody knows what the fuck they're doing because they're all trying to set shit up.
They're
They're not trying to make a
scrambling.
good movie.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
with those
gave
original
him a
3
chance-
movies, they
Yeah.
all like were telling a story in the moment, and then by the
Yes.
time they realized that, oh, okay, this is a trilogy, it was too late. They had wrapped it up. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
so there was no need for them to like blow their load or set up like 16 movies down the road.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they gotta make sure
each movie was successful. I guess the point
Yeah.
what I'm trying to make is that if Star Wars from the beginning had a roadmap of where it was going to be, that this is rewriting history. The first 3
Yeah.
movies are good in and of themselves, absolutely.
Yeah.
The middle 3 are they're good in certain scenes, not the best overall.
What do you mean? Wait, I'm
Wait,
really
middle-
confused here when you say
Oh,
the
wait,
middle
wait.
3.
I'm
So-
talking about timeline release. Okay,
So the middle 3, the
Can
prequels.
we
one-
just
you wanna
call
do-
it
You just call it the originals, prequels, and sequel.
sequels. Okay,
Yeah.
original, prequel, and sequel. I
Yeah.
think the originals were great.
Yeah.
The originals were
Yeah.
great. The prequels
Yeah.
were okay. I think the
Yeah.
sequels were pretty good. But the thing is, what I
Okay.
think is that if they
No.
had the hindsight of 2020 to go and actually flesh
Sure.
things out, I think this would have
Yeah.
been a phenomenal,
I agree.
three part trilogy. I think this could have been the greatest thing ever. And I'm not trying to shit on the original 3 or the prequel or the sequel. I'm just saying that given what we've seen, how well payoffs can be in like in the Marvel universe, and if you have the right writers and the right vision, this could have been amazing. Absolutely, like 10 out of 10 amazing. But what happens is, like kind of you said, like with the sequels, it was like we're getting some like huge shit in one movie, like big shit. Like going to Exegol, like it just blew my mind. Like, why are we talking about this in the one movie?
Oh,
and
right, yeah.
And like this is the Sith homeworld, and for
Dude,
some reason,
there's so many things in that third movie that are just like
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
what?
You bringing this in on the 9th movie?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like for some reason, Star Wars is not as deep in my mind as Star Trek is, I guess. But like, man, when watching all this over again, like I said, I just really enjoy Revenge of the Sith as far as the end scene and just thinking about Vader's journey thus far. And like people love Vader. People love Vader. I just like the journey Vader went. I hate the acting and how Hayden Christensen portrayed Anakin. I think he could have did a lot better. I don't want to send him hate mail or like, yeah, you fuck, I want to fucking kill you. I don't want none of that. But I just think they made Anakin way too childish. But it's just like, I love the fall of Vader, the fall of Anakin, Vader, and pretty much when you think about like, fuck, like this dude had to spend pretty much, he lost everything. He lost his freedom. He became a slave, this, that, and the other. And to the very end movie, like, it's like, it sucks. It sucks. I was like, damn. So like I said, that whole Padme was the twins' birth and the death of Anakin or whatever. That soundtrack is amazing, and I think we were talking about that before Dark Side. Like the soundtrack for
Revenge of the Sith
is
outstanding.
It's probably the best soundtrack.
Can we mute that underground?
No.
But yeah, I don't want to go too because there's a lot more I want to talk about this, but we'll save that for next week.
We'll save it for next week.
Yeah, because Andor is gonna be
the topic
season finale this week, and Andor fucking phenomenal. Rogue One, by far best Star Wars film, I think.
All right, save it.
We'll save
it.
All right.
Save it.
All right.
Yeah.
Other things happened this week though, but I think you, Creamcast, have something you wanted to share with us.
Yes, I want to share with you guys.
Probably shoes.
Well, actually, I'm gonna wait until we talk about our thoughts on different games because that's why I wanted to showcase what I wanted to show you guys.
All right, on to prominent deaths then.
No, let's talk about. I thought we were gonna talk about our Lord and Savior of Twitter.
Elon.
Elon.
Yeah.
What?
Right, Elon. He's messing shit up there. I mean, we could briefly touch on Elon. Everyone in the world seems to have an opinion here, so why not we get the blurred opinions on Elon. Oh Elon my Musk. God. Looks like Grim Tuner's secret identity has been exposed. What a lame name.
What really happened is Elon got to him.
He probably got to him.
Yeah.
He tweeted something or didn't tweet or who knows what the hell's going on. Yeah. So basically Trump is unbanned off Twitter, but will he come back to Twitter?
Oh.
Probably not.
Yeah. Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. Social media.
He's social media. Social.
Yeah, so it's kind of like
where he's verified, bitch.
He's verified, of course. He's one of the first verified members. It was just crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think
on True Social Media, I believe he's the only one who is verified.
Oh, really?
Is it really?
That sounds real though, right?
That sounds like something like, hey,
it does sound real.
I'm huge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the biggest ever. China. This is hosted in China. But no, I don't think Trump is ever going to come back to Twitter. And if he does, he might do it for his presidential campaign.
That's what I was thinking.
I think that if he doesn't go on to any other social media than Truth, he's going to lose regardless. But
I don't know. But here's the thing. I've noticed that when Trump tweets on or whatever it's called on Truth. Whenever he puts a post True on Lies. Truth, the media immediately regurgitates it.
Of course.
And distributes it out. So it doesn't really matter where he posts. Like he's the news cycle. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he is. Unfortunately, is part of the news cycle. So that kind of sucks.
I guess you can't just respond with memes. That's all
you can't. Yeah. But the thing is like not even just with Trump. Black girls Kanye came back as well. Yeah, Kanye is back.
Really?
So Yeah.
Kanye was
Twitter
banned.
is going
He pretty much,
to
yeah,
be
pretty much Twitter is just
yeah.
he unbanned pretty much
Oh.
a lot of people, especially
Oh,
celebrities. Except for the people that impersonated
Canadian asshole, Jordan
Canadian asshole.
Peterson,
Peterson?
is also
Oh,
back.
He's back
Oh.
as
Yeah.
well. Oh,
Really?
Wow. Oh,
banned?
Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Andrew Tate is back.
Oh, is my man
Really?
back?
Yeah, he made the news.
Yeah.
He made the
Wow.
news. Yeah, everybody was
Elon
talking
has
about
brought balance back to the
the
force,
Force,
and it's a
absolutely.
beautiful thing.
Yeah,
It's a
except
beautiful
that he's
thing
working
that's
for the
happened
Sith. He's on the Sith for sure.
there. It's
He is on the
undetermined
Sith
who
for
he's
sure.
working
Palpatine?
for.
Yeah, he is 100% Palpatine. But the thing is, it's crazy.
Except
Huh.
one person he's not gonna bring back,
Kathy,
who I wish he would bring back.
Kathy Griffin.
He
No,
brought Kathy.
Kathy
No, he
Griffin.
didn't.
She is back.
Alex
Oh, he-
Jones.
Oh,
He said he's
not
gonna
Well,
bring
he's not
Alex
gonna
Jones.
bring back
Yeah,
Alex
because
He
he's
can't
worth.
bring.
That's billions.
Why
That's-
not?
That's the nuclear option if he
Yeah.
wants to really piss off people. Bring him back, Alex Jones.
Yeah, Alex Jones. Well, Alex Jones is literally like he could cost you billions of dollars.
Yes.
So yeah, of all people, like you can bring Trump back, people are gonna be pissed off. Bring Kanye back, people are gonna be pissed. You bring Alex Jones back, you might have a lawsuit waiting for you, close to $1 billion. So yeah, he's definitely not gonna do that. But yeah, nah, Elon's definitely wilding out here. But that's cool. This is his company now at this point.
It is his company.
For now.
I find it funny though that he's asked for engineers to come back and to explain to him how does Twitter work, like what is technology behind Twitter, and that's just crazy to me that like you should do this before you fire your workforce or tell people to work crazy hours. Like that's kind of like you let the horse out of the stable and then be like, hey, come back, I want you to do some work before you leave. Like it's just absolutely crazy. But
It's
Elon, I guess when you're worth billions, you live in a totally different world than us regular folk.
Yeah, you live in a world full of yes men. That's what it is.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, we were discussing this, that the only successful, or not only, but his most successful companies are subsidized by the government, right? Tesla and everything. And now that he has a chance to run a new company that's not subsidized by any government environment, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens, because so far it's not looking so good.
It's not looking so good, but here's the thing: he is generating people to like. I mean, by creating controversy, he's generating traffic.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
controversy.
So
Great.
like,
yeah.
I mean, it could all be a rose. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know.
Well, it's like kind of like the point I brought up earlier. Yeah, he's generating controversy by coming in and saying these wild things, bringing.
But that's
people
scaring
that-
off advertisers too.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it earlier. It's like the captain of the Titanic saying, while the ship is sinking, hey man, I've never seen so many people on the deck. That's what Elon said. He's like, we've never this is the most amount of tweets the company has ever seen. And it's like, yeah, when the ship is sinking and the captain's saying, man, look at this. Look at the positive side, guys. We have so many people on deck. This is the most people that's ever been on deck on a Titanic. But it's sinking. It kind of lets you know, like, this is a dumpster fire at the moment. Now, did I agree with, like, Elon charging for, like, a Twitter Premium, Twitter Blue, to be able to pay for the $8? Sure. $8 to show that you're verified. But there's a lot of things that can go wrong with that as well, because I think we talked about before. It loses the prestige. It
already happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind
of
it
already happened.
Now I could be verified.
Company,
but
the pharmaceutical company. Somebody's posted
insulin
is now free, and they took like a huge hit.
They took a couple $1 billion hit pretty much within 24 hours. Yeah, I mean, it sucks, but I mean, what I'm saying is like I can understand like him trying to bring in revenue, but this is what happens when you are a billionaire and you just talk shit. Like he got forced to pretty much buy Twitter at this point. So it's just like,
well, here's the thing: Twitter is a delicate system, right? It's a delicate system that functions on top of human beings who are manipulating a platform, right?
Sure.
Twitter has years of experience studying human behavior on Twitter, and they got to a point where you call it censorship or what. They've gotten to a point where they understand the best way to run that platform, right? I mean, over years of experience. You got Elon Musk coming in there. It's like, we don't need this. We don't need this. And people are going like, what are you going to do? Like, so yeah, we are watching a slow motion train crash Potentially, but talking about the advertisers, let me tell you something about advertisers. Advertisers will come back. You know, they leave because a ship is sinking, but if that ship, you know, like you said, I'll look at all the people on the deck. The advertiser will come back because look at all the people on the deck, because they'll be like, oh, look, the show has a lot of people on the deck.
Yeah.
You know, so
but
I mean,
listen, hon. Coca-Cola also doesn't want their shit to be publicized next to Andrew Tate calling women a bunch of like thankless bitches.
That's why.
So that's what I mean. There's like a delicate balance of what you can do as an advertiser.
Yeah,
well, it's kind of
I think that's true.
Well, it's what happened to like the apocalypse that happened on YouTube, right? So one time YouTube was the wild, wild west, right? You could post whatever, you could say whatever, you can say, you know, that's why like even on Twitch, certain words you can't say anymore. You can't say like, you know, you can't say like, oh, somebody, you know, off themselves. You gotta say, you know, now these YouTubers self deletion, you know, instead of saying
self deletion
or somebody, you know, if somebody is forcefully putting themselves on a person, they can't say the R word anymore because advertisers would get scared by that. Because think about it, you're talking about, you know, somebody getting taken advantage of, and then next thing, hey, Tide Pods, they're delicious, you know, whatever, and you know, wherever thing memes are coming out, like people are not going to, advertisers are not going to want to get behind that type of stuff. So I mean, with YouTube had to do a radical overhaul on their system, and you know, channels that were getting away with a lot of the stuff overnight were getting banned or getting copyright strikes, this, that, and the other because of that. So with Twitter, advertisers will come back, but usually what happens is like with YouTube, the platform had to clean itself up.
Yep.
I don't know what's going to happen.
To implement restrictions.
Exactly.
They're going to have to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
restrictions.
So that's what Elon. That's why I understand what Elon is doing, like by charging people, having the people pay for missing that ad revenue, because ultimately, if you want a true free speech platform where anybody and everybody can be on there, if you're going to lose advertisers, you're going to have to make up that revenue some way, somehow. And unfortunately, the best idea that Elon could come up, and I think what the problem is with Elon, he thinks he's smarter than everybody else in the room. I'm almost 1,000% sure Twitter probably said, "Hey, we'll go ahead. Of course. Like, let's find out a plan to charge users to use Twitter or something like that." They probably went through all the data analytics to figure it out. They probably went through all the scenarios and probably came to the conclusion, nah, this is probably not a good idea, because
they probably did that 10 years ago.
Yeah, this is going to diminish. This is going to diminish the check marks. Well, even the funny thing is, so Elon made a post, and then after we can jump off this if you guys want to. Elon made a post where, you know, like under tweets, it'll say what device you're using. It'll say like from an iOS device or from you know, Chrome or this and the other. So Elon had put out a tweet says, like, literally nobody knows why this situation or why this was implemented into the code. What function does it serve? This is completely stupid. This is just another thing pretty much that Twitter does that no one understands and is stupid. So some of the old Twitter engineers got on and said, this is not stupid. The reason for that was because when Twitter was being used, like people are using it in the office, like different organizations, it was a way for them to, one, be able to gather analytics of what devices are being used, but more importantly, two, was to but to give statuses of where people were. So if you were on your computer, you can have a different conversation with somebody if that they're on their phone instead. So if, like, they're tweeting on their phone or they usually tweet at home, you can know the difference between where people are tweeting from, so that you can engage in different conversations, or organizations can see where you're tweeting from, this, that, and the other. It was more for analytics and so forth. And Jack Dorsey, who was, you know, previous founder of Twitter, was like, yes, that's exactly why we put it in there, and it's just been a feature that we've included. If it works, it works, but there's no reason to take it off. But that's just another reason why people who have gone through the scenario, like I said, for 10 years plus, have gone through all these scenarios, have gone through all these implementations, have implemented something that it might be, there's dozens of features on Twitter that people never use. They're not popular whatsoever. You could search, create lists, all these other crazy things that 99% of users don't use, but they're there, they serve a purpose, and they may not be useful for a lot of people, but they're there. There's a reason behind them. But Elon coming in and saying, well, what is this? You should just be able to message people and send pictures, and that's it. That's all we need to care about. It kind of does a disservice to what has been done in the past.
also remember, because of the debacle of the stupid blue check mark, they started adding another tag underneath your handle that would say official, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He ended up making what he was trying to charge for, where he would also, like, verify people even though there was already a blue check mark in place.
Yeah, the blue part, like, yeah, now you're doing an extra check, and now you're flooding the verification process now, because before, verification blue check mark was really for, people with big follower accounts, people who are actually being, for the most part, being, again, have a lot of duped accounts and so forth. But now anybody can be a blue check mark. It loses prestige 110%. I don't know. That's what Daddy Elon, he does whatever he wants. Like I said, he lives a different.
It is his company. It's his company.
Be curious to see if it makes him money, and if not, then you'll see everything revert back to the way it was. If it really is, like, it comes down to money, right? He needs the money. So if really its advertisers are fleeing, and people aren't going for the verified checks, which I don't see it either, then it'll be curious to see if he rolls Twitter back to the way it was.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
It will be interesting.
It will be a very interesting tell for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so for our next topic, we haven't been on for about 2 or 3 weeks. We had some notable deaths that have occurred in the entertainment world. I think the biggest one. The biggest one.
Green Tuner?
I think the biggest one for all of us that affects us a little bit more one way than the other was Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, the animated series, and 18 different iterations of Batman. I think they said.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of iterations of Batman. An iconic voice for sure. I think it's pretty much unanimous. He's the voice of Batman. He is Batman.
It's the Batman that we all grew up with.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's our childhood Batman. So
he's a Batman of cartoons. He's the Batman. He's also the Batman of video games. Yeah, yep. Arkham Knight. Yeah, all the Arkham series.
Other TV shows.
A lot of TV shows.
Yeah, not just the animated series, but Batman Begins.
Yeah, Begins.
Animated movies as well.
Movies.
He was even in the CW.
CW. Yep. He did a cameo in the CW.
He's the voice we all collectively hear when we read comics, for sure.
That is true.
Yes.
He's a super iconic voice, and it sucked because he was he was still young. He was like 62, 63, maybe lower.
Yeah, he was very young.
So it just sucks that this voice that we associate with Batman so much, and it's just iconic in of itself, is now gone. So we'll
never get it again.
Yeah, we'll never get in. Unfortunately, there are other good voice actors for Batman. Who can, but it's not Kevin Conroy. And I'm not gonna lie,
it's not who we grew up with. Again, I think that's what makes it more relatable to us. Is just getting home and watching the animated series.
Yeah,
and that's all you would want. That was my main exposure to Batman when I was younger.
That's like it was the only exposure at that time to Batman on TV wise.
Yeah, it kind of was. And the thing is like when you think it's one of those voices that you don't second guess when you hear it. It's like that's Batman. Boy, you hear anybody else, it's kind of like, who the fuck is this? Like, you kind of have to do a double.
Yeah,
take.
You could tell right away. And it's
it's happened.
It's hard to adjust to, but you adjust to some of them better than others, for sure.
Like the DC animated movies, it hits you really hard when you see like a drawn Batman with a different voice. You're like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, right. That's not my damn Batman. But so Kevin Conroy, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Definitely influenced a lot of Batman fans over the past 30 some years of a career. So sucks, but we just have to move on. Next person on notable deaths was Jason David Frank, which was the Green Ranger and the White Ranger, Tommy on the Power Rangers.
He was also the Dino Thunder Ranger. He was going to be an actual series for YouTube. The White Dragon.
The White Dragon, Legend of the White Dragon. He's been talking about that for a while. I'm assuming, and from what I understood, it's been done. I don't know. I don't think it's come out yet. But I know that, and posthumously is going to be probably a very, very well edited, very done version of the White Dragon. Yeah. I mean, he died of suicide. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that was a shocker when I read it. I'm like,
That
suicide?
was.
I'm like,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised, honestly. He did seem like something was off about him.
Oh,
Even throughout the years, like he's always seemed. I mean, this is just me personally, and I'm not
Yeah.
saying like when he died, I was like, oh yeah, of course I knew he was gonna die. It was just he always seemed like when he talked, it always seemed like he was, like always. It just seemed weird. He just didn't ever seem like right. I don't know the best way to describe it. He just didn't seem like a person at certain times. Like there was something weird and off about him. And it just sucked to hear.
I actually met him in person, and
Yeah, you did.
I can kind of understand what you're saying. But when I did meet him in person, he was a great guy. Myself and my brother met him, and it was a big line to see this guy, and we got to talk for
Was
at
I
least.
was I there with you?
You were there, but not.
Did I take the picture with you too in it?
You
guys were way more excited than I was, and I think I took a picture, and you two were
maybe
with him.
I
remember he was shorter than I remember. I like he's
That you
shorter than
expected?
in real life. Yeah.
No, in the
I do
picture.
remember
he's about the same
that
height
when
as
it
me.
happened. I remember when the picture
I
happened.
don't
So
know,
you guys were talking about it. You were very excited. And I'm pretty sure Darkseid was there because I think that was the whole
I
point.
think I
You were
took a picture.
You took the picture. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're kind of making fun of them because like you just
Yeah.
you didn't give a shit. You're just like
I
okay,
didn't really
whatever. But see the picture with Ed. Yeah, it has cheesing from ear to ear.
Heck
I
yeah.
mean, still got the same big ass head, but all you just see is
Wait,
nothing but teeth and smiles. Yeah. But yeah, he passed away, and that sucks. Like he seemed like he was really cool with fans. Everybody loved him. I saw some tributes from the other cast of the Power Rangers, and they were of course very sad about that, and spoke very highly of him. I mean, I remember him always talking, and another thing that people used to say, because he used to be really upset. Like he's never been the same since his brother died.
Yeah,
his
brother also died by suicide. I think.
No, he died by illness. I thought he died by suicide too. That's what I was almost positive he died by suicide.
That's what I thought too.
Everything I saw was saying he died from an illness, but then maybe they meant mental illness. I'm not sure. But they said that he wasn't the same after his brother passed. But that was back, early 90s. Mid 90s when he passed, I believe.
His brother was also in the Power Rangers for like one episode.
Yeah, 1 or 2 episodes. So yeah, but
the original.
Yeah, the original.
Zeo, I think.
I always count those as originals. The original ones, the original ones that we cared about. All these other Neo, Tokyo Pet Rangers and all this. I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on.
There's also trains now.
Yeah,
but that's
is it really?
Yeah, in Japan, there was. It never transitioned into America, which I'm very glad it didn't, because it was.
Dude,
it was
be
oogly.
huge in the
it was
autism
oogly.
market. Just like a whole Power Rangers with trains all over the place.
Yeah, right. Well,
and if they can have like
trains,
if when they transform, they can put like an air raid siren on it. I mean, you're talking about millions of dollars from the autistic community.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Anywho, yeah, Jason David Frank, you will be missed. You definitely inspired. You definitely inspired a lot of people. The Power Rangers. I mean, to younger kids, they don't give a crap about it because they don't understand. They didn't have that back in the day. But for us, all of us were big into Power Rangers when we were younger. And he was just part of that original childhood that we had, of the original Power Rangers in that childhood that we have. So rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Shout out to his family. Hope they're doing okay.
That sucks.
He does have a young daughter as well. So it sucks.
Yeah, that stinks.
Yeah, that's horrible.
He had the best sword though.
He did have the best sword.
Dagger.
Yeah, we had the dagger, the flute.
I meant the
white,
giant mech.
Oh, the Dragon Zord.
The Dragon Zord. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
The Zord,
every
yeah.
Zord that he had was better than the rest of them. He had
Yeah.
the tiger, the white tiger, which was badass because it had the little.
I like the Godzilla. Basically, it was basically Godzilla, where he would
yeah.
play the
Yeah.
flute and the fucking Zord would come out of the water just
Yeah.
like Godzilla.
Yeah, but the thing is like, where the fuck is like they'll be in the mountains somewhere, like hundreds of miles
Yeah.
away. He'll blow
Yeah.
the damn thing, the flute. The Zord
Yeah.
has to come out of the water and like walk through a town.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're gonna beat this one putty, but guess
Yeah.
what? We're gonna
Let's
destroy
kill half the population of.
of Tokyo.
Also, how
Yeah.
is he playing a flute with a helmet on? Can someone explain that to me?
There's a slight mouthpiece thing. I don't know.
See, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
Ed, this is Ed trying to retcon. Like,
Why are you
yeah.
even trying to? Why are you even opening a door to try to justify anything in Power Rangers? Yeah, let's move on. Move on.
Yeah, you're already.
All right. Well, I mean, let's move on from sad news to even sadder news.
Oh,
Sonic
no.
Frontiers came out.
Yes.
Yeah.
that's-
Oh, it came out?
it's the
Yeah,
worst.
Sonic Frontiers was
Oh
released.
crap! Why am I on here right
unfortunately.
now?
I don't know.
Watching Sonic
Um,
Frontiers.
Yeah, you know, Ed Underground, you've been playing it. What are your thoughts
Wait,
and impressions?
Oh, I thought you meant Sonic Prime at first.
Nope.
He said Frontiers, and you repeated.
Yeah, you said Frontiers. I was thinking Prime. I always, for some reason, I think when I hear
Fake
the Sonic
fan.
Frontiers, I think it's
Fake.
Sonic something else.
Big fan. Big
Yeah.
fan.
Big fan. Anybody else here and get Sonic Frontiers?
No, we watched you.
I
play
didn't
it,
think so.
And we're about the same as far as like level, like of expert level in this game because you don't play the tutorials.
Tutorials.
Tutorials were not.
Tutorials.
Yeah.
A tortoise
Turtles.
tutorial.
Tutorials. I remember.
Turtle power.
Tortoise turtle.
I remember when I typed that into the chat. Ed was playing. So for our audio listeners, who don't watch the Underground, when he streams on Twitch, .tv/ the Underground. I was talking to Ed. I was like, "Hey, I'm like Ed, why don't?" Because Ed didn't know how to play the game at that point. It was the first. It was like his first hour in the
It
game.
was day one.
Yeah, it was day one, like the first hour in the game. And then I was like, Ed, why don't you like you're skipping all this text? Like, why don't you play the tutorials? And then you can know what to do. So it was like I typed this in the chat, and it was like, yeah, I do play the tutorials. I was like, me and Darkside were like, we both typed at the exact same time.
Yeah, it
What
was an
the
amazing
fuck?
moment. It was amazing.
It was the greatest moment on Twitch.tv.
Tutorials.
Tutorials.
Turtles.
And then the thing is,
Turtle power.
he doubled down on that, and he said it again. I was like, "Yo, my mind's fucking blown." I'm like, I'm not even texting or typing anymore. And
Yeah.
luckily, Darkside.
We're all
was a true friend.
30-some-year-old men, and we've never heard that word pronounced that way in our entire lives.
Yeah.
Tutorials.
Maybe he just got done watching a Medea movie.
Yeah,
Doesn't
maybe.
she roll her R's a lot in the movie?
Maybe.
No.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
maybe.
But I showed my wife the video, and literally I sent it to her, and all I heard was her crying, laughing the entire time of saying tutorials, and it was just a great
Said
moment.
it with his chest.
He said it with his chest. Yes, he did, because he was like,
What
yes.
does that mean?
Oh, he doubled down on the word. He was like,
Oh,
Hey.
because me and Darkside both said what the fuck in chat at the exact same time. It was like tutorials. We're like, nope. That's
Whatever you do it in confidence.
yeah. He did it in confidence, but to give
in
Ed,
confidence, not
Yeah.
with confidence.
yeah. But
With
to give Ed credit, he does have
Totally
a-
different meanings.
He has a very small screen.
Nope. He said that with confidence too. So screw you.
Well, he had
In confidence with confidence.
with
Yep.
confidence. He has a very small screen that he reads the chat off of. He probably didn't read it correctly. He did pronounce it correctly after Googling it maybe a dozen times, but he did say it correctly.
False. I didn't Google it,
But anyway, yeah. So tell us about Sonic Frontiers. I mean, I know we've watched a couple hours of it, but how about you playing the game?
You
yourself?
played it.
it's surprisingly good. I think it's the best Sonic 3D game ever since Sonic Adventure 2.
Better
Wow.
than Sonic Pinball?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, Sonic Pinball is not a 3D game now.
Which
Sonic-
one is the one where it's like 3D,
Blast.
but it's in
3D Blast.
Oh, 3D Blast better than 3D Blast?
Well, anything's better than 3D Blast. You're talking
Remember
about
how
the Sega
slow
Genesis,
it was?
right?
I actually like 3D Blast, but that was because maybe I have nostalgia lenses on. But
Oh,
I
you like
played it.
seeing him walk? Because
Yeah.
you couldn't
God,
run that
no.
damn game?
yeah, he's walking
God,
like he was
no.
in mud or something like that. Like, I gotta go fast. speed walk. Like,
I
yeah,
hated
it's really
Sonic
bad.
3D Blast when I played it as a kid. Ugh.
Did you play it on Genesis or Saturn?
On Genesis.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I played it on Saturn, so it was a
I
little bit
forgot.
better. Yeah.
Rich boy over here could afford a
I
Saturn.
had a Saturn too.
Did you?
No,
Yeah, two rich boys right here.
he did not have a Saturn.
I did have a Saturn. I
All we
had
did,
a Virtual Fighter. Well, I forgot what number it
all
was.
me and your
And
mother did was we just took a Sega Genesis, took a
no,
piece of tape, just wrote Saturn on it, popped it right on top of that Genesis, and you were like, "Oh my god!" Like I got a Sega
false
Saturn.
all around.
It was amazing.
False all around.
All right, go ahead. Tell us your review though. What do you think?
But it was surprisingly good. There's a lot of things that need work. I see. But for it being a 3D Sonic game, I think it's the best since Sonic Adventure 2. A lot of improvement. You can see the Zelda inspiration all around it. But first,
inspiration.
Yes, inspiration.
Yeah.
But for
I
Sonic,
wouldn't
to
use that
run
word,
around-
but okay.
No, I think it's the best word to
Don't be
use.
like that. Don't be like that.
I mean,
Sonic
there's
Breath of the
a
Wild.
clear like in something can be inspired and something can be literally like copy and paste something. Yeah, there's 1-to-1 in a couple areas there, but
No, there's a lot of games out.
I've always said one thing: if something works, you shouldn't be afraid to translate something that works with something else that can possibly work with it. So Sonic and Zelda, like the Breath of the Wild, if that works, fine. I said the same thing about Arkham, Rocksteady's Arkham fight mechanic. If that works, hey, give me all these other games on it. And you know what? They did that. They changed it, but they did that with Spider-Man. It works great too. So combine stuff by all means. I think that's a great idea. They need to do more of that. So, but the thing is, the difference is that Frontiers it's just more blatantly ripped off when you look at it than any other inspirations you have. It's just straight up like everyone has the same reaction when they look at it universally. Is like, oh, obviously they're ripping off Breath of the Wild.
Well, there's a lot of other games also before Sonic Frontiers that kind of rips off of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I would say,
yeah, they're ripoffs too.
Wait,
exactly.
Are you trying to justify it by saying, well, everybody else does it? That's pretty much what you're saying.
I'm just saying, it sounds like that Sonic is the only game that's ripped off or being inspired by Breath of the Wild, which is not. There's been other.
No, but I think that even
Genshin
in the
Impact
like Genshin,
and,
take Genshin Impact.
Sure.
At least Genshin Impact at least leans into the art style a little bit differently. You know what I mean? With this just seems like they literally.
I disagree.
There are scenes.
Yeah, I don't think it.
All right, I haven't played much. I haven't played.
If anything,
Genshin
I think
Impact,
it's very similar to the Zelda art style. Then
okay, all right, so maybe it is. But what I'm saying is like there are the sequences you played out of Sonic Frontiers that look exactly from the enemies, from like there are things that look right out of Zelda, like stone bad guys with laser eyes, and it's just like, okay, you know, clearly they were inspired heavily from
the final boss's name is Cannon.
Cannondorf.
Cannondorf.
Legally, he's different.
He's like a boar instead of a pig.
Yeah.
well, I think it leans more on. So Genshin Impact is more of a resemblance.
Nobody's talking about Genshin Impact here.
Wait, so
I
what
am.
do you? Alrighty,
I'm
so
not. I'm not
We're
playing.
talking about art style.
We're talking about Sonic Frontiers.
Art
here.
star.
Yeah, art style. Art styles. We're talking about art styles. So Sonic Frontiers, I think it looks like Sonic. 3D wise, looks like Sonic compared to.
I mean, the character looks like Sonic. That's about it.
But I mean, the 3D, because other 3D games before Sonic Frontiers, and it still kind of has that same tone.
Look, I'm not hating it because I think that there is a package that I am hating it, but I'm not hating the attempt because I think this is the direction that Sonic, I've said many times, as I've dressed up as Sonic in Halloween, I was very proud to do it. He's a garbage character, but I want him to rise up, rise from the garbage, Sonic, rise. And I think this is a good step. I think Sonic Frontiers, from my impression of watching you play it and others playing it, I think Sonic Frontiers 2 will be the game that I, would expect Sonic Frontiers 1 to be. You know what I'm saying?
So.
They're taking all the stuff they learned, but clearly this is heavily inspired by something, wink.
Well, no, I think it's a good step in the right direction.
Yeah, right on.
It's kind of a combination of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 and Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely open world. I love it that you can run around, do whatever you want. It's not as you know how in Zelda you can pretty much like talk to anybody and like do side missions, all this other stuff.
Yeah,
There's less of that in Sonic Frontiers.
yeah. Yeah,
Unless
I
I'm
wish
like
there was
missing
less of that.
something.
What do you think about Sonic's voice? Everyone seems to have an opinion here.
I do not like the choice of Sonic's voice. If there's just a few things on my list of what I don't like about Sonic Frontiers, and the one is the voice. It's just something about the voices does not like agree with me as I see Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
There's been past Sonic voice actors, and I've never had like a disagreements with that. Even the movie, like I've also had the movie Sonic voice actor, but for some reason, this voice actor for Sonic Frontiers, not a big fan of. I don't know why. It's just
Well, you better get used to it.
I don't know. They might change that too if they ever do a Sonic
How about the
Frontiers
rest
too.
of the cast? How are their voices?
Knuckles is fine. Ambi is fine. I haven't heard Tails yet, but I think Tails is the same voice actress.
We have heard Tails.
Yeah, it's just an opening cutscene, right?
Oh, he wasn't he wasn't open
I mean, I
cutscene.
guess there's a real fake fan on here. It's not me.
Yeah, the fact that I haven't played the game, that I knew that.
Well,
Even I know that.
I
Even
think
know that.
the Sonic when I first heard him, it kind of like
See how
threw me for a loop.
He doesn't address that.
No, he's trying to gloss right over that.
No,
right.
And it's your best interest as your lawyer. I tell you to gloss over that immediately.
I think it's the same voice actress from the previous Sonic game. No, it's a woman.
I know.
Oh my goodness. Actress. Okay, whatever. Tomato. It's the same voice actor,
Ooh,
actress.
Okay.
Hot take.
Hot takes here. Hot takes. See, shots fired.
It's the same voice actress in the past Sonic games. She was even in the Sonic movie, which is an awesome choice.
We just feed Ed stuff and wait to watch him do stuff.
Watch him just.
I know. We just watch him crash burn.
Tie the noose around himself.
There you go.
Still driving.
Yeah.
Still going fast.
Right. Here. We got cancel the Ed Underground in the chat.
Yep. Here we go.
Yeah.
False.
What's AWS?
AWS is a cloud provider. She's pretty much saying if it's funny that I know so much about video games. If I had spent as a fraction of the time learning about video games or watching Skywalker movies as I would be studying my profession, then we probably be living in a mansion at this moment. So yeah.
Look, there's priorities, okay?
Exactly. Like
the Skywalkers are up there, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm with you.
Exactly. She doesn't women, Jeez. Star Wars, fake Star Wars. No, she doesn't like Star Wars. So I was gonna say fake Star Wars fans, but she's not even a Star Wars fan.
The Force is male.
Yeah, the Force is male. But anywho. So far you think Sonic Frontiers is decent. I have to so the one thing I would to caveat this conversation was that when we're talking about Genshin Impact versus Breath of the Wild and Sonic, I think the difference is why people don't mention Genshin Impact anymore when comparing this. I think it's not a true comparison, is because Genshin Impact is made by a totally separate company. This is not like Nintendo's, or at one point Nintendo's biggest rival, in the video game sector, video game and console sector. This is, see, comparing Genshin Impact, like a company that came out of, I don't say relatively nowhere, but let's just say relatively out of nowhere, compared to Sega using the same mechanics as Breath of the Wild, is kind of wild, at the same time. So, when we see, Sonic, Frontiers, Breath of the Mild, as Darkseid once eloquently put it, I've like the gameplay. People will steal the gameplay. They'll still like the combat system. Like, remember, another thing we're about to talk to, like God of War, the gameplay mechanic from that. Other games took that and used that as well with the button sequence, mashing or fighting sequences. They use the button pressing. It's fine to take it. I don't really fault Sonic Frontiers for that. Only thing I don't like about Sonic Frontiers is that it just seems empty. The world seems empty. The overworld doesn't seem really that exciting. It almost reminds me of Sonic Adventures back when Yeah, Sonic Adventures. There
The
was a
first
lot.
one.
Yeah, the first one, or yeah, first or the second one. Well, I'll say the first one. I'll say specifically the first one. I don't remember much about the second one. I just remember certain gameplay highlights. But a Sonic Adventure, like the overarching overworld was just boring. There was nothing really to do. You just talk to the next person.
Yeah.
That's the same thing I feel with Sonic Frontiers. I feel like they just did the same thing, but on a larger scale, thanks to modern technology. So,
Well, I kind of agree with that. Like I said, compared to Zelda Breath of the Wild, you can in Zelda when you're Link, you go around, you can talk to people, do side missions, stuff like that. And Sonic Frontiers, there's really none of that. You just run around and you could do things, but you can't. There's no one else to talk to. There's no one else to do a side mission.
Well, what I'm saying is that you don't necessarily have to have side missions to talk to people to do stuff. Like Sonic, you could have an open world where you do other stuff. Like make the open world interesting. Whether that's side missions, that is mazes or running sequences or something like that to make it exciting.
Oh, it's in there.
But like I said, the overworld is very thin. I remember watching you play a squid boss and seeing you fail for like an hour, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. That was actually kind of cool. It looks really challenging for you. It seemed like that they were off to a good start. It just seems like they could have did better. But hopefully with Sonic Frontiers 2, since this Sonic Frontier is an overall pretty good success, I will say, for a franchise, there's probably going to be a Sonic Frontier 2. Hopefully they take a lot of the complaints that users have had and will, improve upon it. I did see that there are mods already. Shout out to the PC community. There's already mods out there improving the gameplay for Sonic Frontiers, which is amazing. So, like
pop-ups.
Pop-ups? What do you mean?
So,
pop in. You keep saying pop-ups.
Pop-ins, pop-ups. So across the board on
console.
It's
not pop-in, pop-ups. There's two separate things.
It's not tomato tomato in this one. But
yeah,
tomato.
No, there's more there are more gameplay improvements. Like you don't have to hold the boost button.
I thought it had ads when he said pop-ups. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's like pop-ups. I was like,
I know he keeps saying it in his stream. I'm like, dude, that's not what it's called. It's a totally different thing.
So that was like they do momentum. Like so Sonic actually builds up speed and is actually like fast and builds momentum as opposed to using the boost button. There were just like gameplay stuff that people really enjoy, and it was crazy. I've literally seen people like hardcore Sonic fans like play with mods, and they said this is the Sonic game it should have been. Like this is the perfect game. But because of whatever Sega decided to do, it didn't hit the mark. So, like I said, I mean, Sonic Frontiers, it does look like a good game. It does look like they did put a lot of effort into it. They got some inspiration from Breath of the Wild, which is totally fine. I just hope that they improve on it in the next iteration.
I think they will. I mean, they're not like Nintendo where like people make things and post it on YouTube that Nintendo will take it down. If anything, Sega, they like the mod community and the fans who make their own stuff. They even brought in a few fans who are making the Sonic 2 HD remix that brought them in and do Sonic Mania. So if anything, I think they're paying attention. And if anything, this isn't the first time that Sonic has like taken a inspired Nintendo game and turned it into their own. The Sonic did come out with a game that was similar to Mario Galaxy. I forgot what it was called, but Sonic did come out with a game that was like Mario Galaxy.
Sonic Colors?
No, before that. I actually rented it and played it. It was for the Wii U.
I don't remember.
But it was you were definitely running around on like planets and stuff like that. So it's not the first time Sonic has done this, but it's the first time Sonic's kind of like got it right, or it's going in the right direction. So I think it do pretty good. They make a second game.
What would you give it out of 10?
Ooh, I'll give it a 7.5.
7.5? That's not bad. That's pretty good.
That being said, I'm still playing the game. I'm probably like 20% into the story. The story, though, needs some work. I think that's one of the downfalls is the story. It's kind of like what is going on type thing.
I would say Sega's not known for its deep story.
Well, it's not deep,
or
but
good
like
storytelling.
I have fond memories of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. I mean, they have good story in Sonic Adventure 1 and 2.
Sure.
I'll say this, they have more story in Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 compared to Sonic Frontiers.
That makes sense. Okay, so all right, 7.5. That's not bad. So looking forward to future gameplay, Sonic Frontier. If you ever want to see somebody who doesn't go fast, you can watch
And then watch
Twitch.tv.
Green Tuners.
Twitch.tv/ the Underground.
Me, when?
He doesn't even play. Yeah, he didn't even do shit.
Oh, he doesn't go fast. I go fast.
Okay, sure. But yeah, Twitch.tv /
Premature.
the Underground. So another game
Mhm.
reveal or game that recently came out that is pretty much already being touted as game of the year. And there's gonna be no spoilers. Darkside, you've been playing a game recently, right?
That's right. I have also been playing Sonic Frontiers, and
It's a masterpiece. Yeah.
No, God of War Ragnarok. No, I'm nowhere near far enough in this game to get any kind of conclusion here, but yeah, it feels very familiar from what made God of War 1 very great. I see what's going on here. It made everything that made God of War 1 great is seemingly there. This game, I will say, I'm early in the game, but the pace is rock solid. It starts and doesn't let you go, and there's a lot of emotions and feels. It sends you right through, right off the bat. But yeah, my initial impressions are that, you know what I regret?
What do you regret? I
regret not getting the collector's edition of that game. And if I ever see another human being get it, I will probably break into tears. Anyways. Oh my God.
What'd you say? What'd you say, boy? Did you say something, boy? Are you talking about the hammer the Mjolnir that I'll hold right here in my hand, boy?
Yeah, what the hell? You're a liar. You said you didn't get it.
I didn't get it. I didn't get it until I saw another person of African American descent get it. And I was like, God damn it, I gotta get it. So yes, I'm like, I have to get it. And yes, I have the collector's edition of God of War.
Yeah, it would be foolish for you to get the Mjolnir. He says in front of his large sneaker collection. Yeah, that would be stupid. Yeah. That would be stupid to get.
Yeah, it's so stupid. For our audio listeners, I have the Thor's
the
hammer
collector's edition. Now, is that the Jotunheim edition or whatever?
The Jotunheim? No, I don't have
Jotunheim.
The Jotunheim. Well, not Jotunheim's the place. Jotun. I don't have the Jotun edition. That was sold out. So I was able to get the collector's edition. You still can get it, I think, the collector's edition on Amazon today. Yeah, they're still available.
Nah, I wouldn't waste the money on it.
It's bullshit. Bullshit.
Nah.
Says the guy who buys Nintendo $60 things. Where
is that? Wherever it is, it's worth the money. Yeah, wherever I have it.
Yeah. But yeah, I got it comes with the Thor hammer.
Now, can you tell us, is there heft to it? Like, what's the weight situation there? Looks a little styrofoamy on our end.
I'm actually, you see, this is probably weighs about 10 pounds, 10, 15 pounds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's actually.
It looks lighter than that.
It does look lighter.
It has a little weight to it.
Good.
I've been walking around,
probably not that cool though. It's probably not that cool.
It's not that cool. Whatever. I've been
whatever.
It has actual leather strips on it and so forth.
Yeah. Looks fake.
Yeah, I did throw this at my wife and
it did not come back.
It did not come back.
Did it come back to you?
Yeah, it did not come back to me. I threw this at her. I did not get it back for a very, very long time. But I did place it on her chest at one point. I just walked away. I'm like, Mjolnir, just sit there. And she could not lift it off for herself because she was not worthy, or because she was just tired of my games and me abusing her with hitting her with a hammer all the time. Yeah. So, no, it's actually pretty badass. Cool little collector's item. Have not played God of War yet, Ragnarok. mainly because I know as soon as I play it, I'm off all this week, right? I know as soon as I play it, I'm not probably going to bed anytime soon. I'm probably gonna be playing that. I'll probably beat it probably within like 3 days because I'll probably spend 12 to like 18 hours playing this. As soon as I wake up, I'm gonna play it and vice like kind of how I did with Ragnarok. I think, or the first God of War. I think I beat that in 1 week, and then tried to go for a platinum trophy pretty much right after that.
Right on.
But this I'm staying away from the internet. Like I've gotten
Oh yeah.
very few spoilers. Just overall because the people that I watch, like as soon as I see anything where it says God of War, I instantly like refresh the screen and get rid of it. So I don't have any spoilers for the game, which I'm very excited about. I mean, I'm not one, it doesn't really bother me or anything like that. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to this week. I'm reading the chat from what Black Girls Hacks is saying. But no, I do look forward to getting into it. Everybody, even from my coworkers at work, are saying this is game of the year. One of the best experiences they've had in video games. Because they said the storyline is just amazing. And this like I tell like the Ed Underground so much when we have conversations about storytelling in first player games. There's nobody who does it better than PlayStation at the moment.
Don't listen to him, Ed Underground. Storytelling is not important. It's about the graphics.
It's about
hit him with the graphics.
I never said that.
Xbox
hit him with the Series X, baby.
Xbox doesn't even have that either. So,
all right, well,
we saw Halo Infinite and how horrible the graphics were at one point. But no, like
1 point. 1 point.
That's why the player base has dropped 90%.
Well, nobody knows for sure because no one's gone back to check.
Yeah, no one's gone back. Exactly.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace for the flagship game that only lasted less than a
year.
Not even a year. That's the bad part. But no, like Ragnarok. Yeah, everybody has given it top accolades. And it's already been being touted as game of the year. The Game Awards are coming out, and Ragnarok is already up there on the list. So that's pretty insane.
The fix is in. The payola has been paid.
Yeah.
Don't worry. The checks have been cashed. Sony, thank you. Yeah. And the game of the year will be coming up.
Yep, absolutely.
Everybody knows what to do in this machine.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, like, I've had this hammer for 2 weeks? Like, I literally got this hammer before our 2 weeks ago. Right before, I think right after God of War came out, so maybe a week ago. And I've been wanting to show this to you guys for so long, but then Ed keeps canceling on us at the last minute.
Yeah, he's completely
So I keep like running around with my hammer, terrorizing my wife, all because of Ed. Good job, Ed. My wife has been getting beaten up by this hammer because of you. Yeah. Now that I've shown you guys, I'm gonna throw this in the closet, or actually I'm gonna put it in my street collection.
Not that she's counting, but Black Girl Hack says 1 week, 5 days, and 12 hours. Not that she's counting.
No, she's counting. Whatever. She does like have a whole bunch of like hammer shaped bruises all over.
Yeah.
And me placing the hammer on her chest. Yeah, it's been a rough 2 weeks for her. So, all right. So,
sorry to question. What was the last game you all played? Like, for spent a long time playing, like a week or whatever. So,
I could easily answer that.
Spend a long time playing.
Yeah.
League of Legends.
Oh God. I mean, like a release of a game that, big game comes out, you play it nonstop. Take off work or whatever.
I have not. Video games are for children. I don't play video games anymore.
Fallout.
God of War probably was the last one I've actually. No, I'll take that back. I played Manhunter recently, late after God of War, and I got platinum. Manhunter, where you're just shark.
Manhunter.
Where you're a shark.
Oh, right, the shark.
I thought you said Manhunt, the Rockstar one.
Oh, that's wow.
I think it's Man Eater.
I don't even think you could legally own that game.
The second one is the hard to get.
The second one's hard to get, but I think you're thinking of the other game. That actually is like you can't get it anymore. I think that was Postal.
Yeah, you'll be like on a list if you do get it.
Really?
Yeah, Postal.
Postal
was
Postal.
One,
yeah,
that was one. You pretty much just go and just randomly kill people. It was
crazy.
I mean, it's an option to do it, but you don't have to do it.
Yeah,
having played Postal.
Yeah, I haven't played Postal. I just seen gameplay
It,
footage of it.
it's
literally,
boring.
it's literally just you going around shooting people. This is absolutely.
Well, there
ridiculous.
was the other one. Remember Hatred?
Hatred.
Yeah,
Hatred.
Yeah, went too far. Yeah.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah, but
I think the last one for me was Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Oh
And
yeah,
maybe-
I take that back. Breath of the Wild was the
Breath-
one that I would played
Yeah.
a lot of. Yeah.
Well, how many hours is a lot of hours? Like, what were we talking about here?
Like
The normal human.
like waking up,
normally he was
playing the game, spending late hours at night playing the game to like you see the sunrise or whatever, stuff like that. Like I think last time for me was Zelda.
Manhunter. Yeah, Manhunter was the last one, but the last one I really put a lot of crazy hours in was God of War. Their first.
I'm gonna say God of War for me too. No, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. I put a shit ton of hours.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. So, Black Girl Sack says she played Roblox Adopt Me, but lost her streak in Europe. So yeah, when we went to Europe, so I'm gonna tell you how like addicted she is to this game. So in Roblox, you have to like combine like stupid like if you have a giraffe, right? You combine 3 rainbow giraffes, which are
I have no idea what
like you it's kind of like a gotcha type of game.
What is that gacha game?
Yeah, it's kind of like a gacha game. She's in the background. I hear her like maniacally laughing, because she knows I'm about to expose her junkie right now. So like she was literally come up to me like, "Baby, what you doing?" I'm like, "None. Mind my own damn business." She's like, "Can I get $100?" I'm like, $100 for what? She's like, I have to get orangutan eggs. I'm like, what the fuck's an orangutan egg? She's like, well, I buy 100 orangutan eggs and I open them, and if I get a rainbow orangutan egg or orangutan, I could buy 5 of them together and it turns into a golden orangutan. Then if I get 5 golden ones and I put them together, then they turn into a prismatic rainbow 3-eyed blue-eyed dragon or something.
Blue eyes white dragon.
Blue eyes white dragon. I'm like, what the fuck is this? She would literally spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to get these stupid ass special plus. Now think of Roblox. You know how Roblox are just the black fucking characters and
shit?
She would get like these fucking characters and it literally would be like a spider orangutan monkey that will just be like shimmering and dazzling behind her, and literally spent hundreds of dollars on it. And these little other fucking kids will go behind her and like start following her and shit. Like she's a fucking celebrity. I'm like, do you realize like the average age of Roblox players are like 6 years old? But you know, and these kids like they usually get this stuff through years and years or months of like farming stuff to get the currency, in-game currency. But because we're adults and we can spend real
allowances and paper routes involved in here.
Yeah, but my wife would be like, "Hey,
not fair. That's not fair."
Yeah, my wife would be like. She's like, give me the credit card. Where's the credit card, Eric? I'm like, why do you need this? And I'm seriously in debt because of her. Her buying prismatic rainbow fucking orangutans. And you know what? She spent thousands of dollars on that shit. Guess the fuck? You guys won't believe this shit. She doesn't even play the game anymore. So she has all of these like thousands of dollars worth of pets.
Oh wow!
Fucking, and she was
spending. At least you play League of Legends still.
Yeah, at least I play League of Legends. I've only spent like $2,000 on that.
Yeah,
so that's
only.
Well, that's a game's been out for 12 years. Like, that's totally fine for a game that's came out for 12 years. That's totally different for a Roblox game where the average age is like Y to like 2, and that's what little kids are playing, and kids are like chasing after it. It's ridiculous. But she did play every day for 2 fucking years straight, but only because we went to Europe and she couldn't get internet connection. Did she?
That's longer than the average age of a Roblox user.
Yeah. Well, yeah, give it to her. She deserves it. She deserves it. I've lost so much money because of her, because she kept talking about, can I borrow the credit card? Can I get your credit card to buy some Roblox? It's so stupid. So. But yeah, we're real gamers over here for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah,
sounds like it.
Anyhow,
yeah, with your hammer and her dazzling monkey, sounds like a great thing going on in that household. Keep it up.
Keep it up. You're just jealous. You're just jealous that I have a hammer styrofoam hammer, and you don't. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're not a Sonic fan, so yeah.
No one gives a shit about. Ed,
I don't think,
you're the
that's a
idiot
really,
that bought a Sonic game for full price. Like
Hey, it was good. It's good. It's good. So
only reason why it's taking you so long to beat it is because there might be something wrong with you.
No, I literally play on stream.
I see people play that game, and I've seen people beat that game in one sitting in the stream. They've literally played the entire game.
Yeah, how long do I stream?
Like 3-4 hours.
No, 2 hours.
Bullshit.
2 hours.
When you're going through the tutorials,
I would do it for 2 hours.
You were on like 2 hours, and you had just went through the tutorials.
No, in one day I went through the first island. I'm on a second island now, so I've played a total of.
You're on the second island?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't played ever since.
How many islands are there?
I think 5 in total.
Sounds like a real engaging game.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Moving on. Let's move on. From
Black Girls Hack says that I'm dead to her right now. So, I mean, I'm losing critical viewers and fans. So we need to move on.
Yeah.
I'll make up for it. I'll attack Creepcast pretty hard.
Yeah, you will.
For the littlest thing. I'll make fun of his sneaker collection.
He'll start playing Roblox.
Yeah, exactly.
There you
go. So okay, so our main topic that we want to discuss.
Main topic.
Main topic. Now, Green Turn, you're happy. Obviously, we're finally getting to the main topic. We did talk about a lot of side bullshit. I think we went a little too deep into Star Wars, and I think we could have just cut out the whole Sonic Frontiers bullshit. But everything else was worth it. Big movie came out recently. Wakanda Forever, the acclaimed sequel. The sequel to the acclaimed Black Panther movie. I think we all saw it here, right? Opening weekend. We were going to talk about it last week, but Ed had emergency testicular surgery. His balls needed to drop.
Testicular surgery.
They needed to find them. They were so high up his stomach.
Yeah. They thought they were his kidneys. They were like, so they dropped his kidneys at first, but they flew in doctors.
They flew in doctors to help.
We can save him. We can save. He hasn't broken. He's lost the will to live.
Damn it, we could save this girl, Doc.
That makes no sense at all. No sense
I got news for you, Doc.
You're all just mad because I have the testicular fortitude.
Oh man,
go on.
That was hilarious. But so we were supposed to talk about Black Panther last week. Didn't get a chance to, but now we're bringing it to you guys. We all saw it, and initial thoughts of Black Panther Forever, or not Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Black Panther Forever.
Yeah,
yes,
Black Panther Forever.
Forever.
What'd you guys think of it?
Well, I think Green Tuner has been silent this whole time, so let's let him kick it off.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm fine listening to you fellas.
No, go ahead.
I liked it. I really liked it. It was they handled it way differently than I thought a usual Marvel movie would handle things.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that where is it? Shuri, right?
Shuri.
Shuri. I like the fact that Shuri wasn't your, Captain Marvel.
Oh, thank God. Yeah.
They actually gave her like complexity in the sense that she was basically willing to endanger, her whole kingdom for revenge. And she had like a lot of demons that she was fighting. I like the fact that they made the queen be spiteful at times. I like the fact that Namor was a gigantic asshole.
Yeah,
I
liked
as he should have been.
As he should have been. And that's the one thing I remember. Like my wife said, because I'm like, hey, what do you think of Namor? And she's like, oh, he's an asshole. And I'm like, okay, then they did him well. Because he's supposed to be unlikable. Yeah. You're not supposed to like him. So I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I was pleasantly surprised. I thought Shuri did a great job as the new Black Panther. They didn't, shove it in your face or do anything weird like
Captain Marvel.
Not Captain Marvel, but I'm thinking of like the one scene of
Captain Marvel.
Exactly.
Hey, do you have a problem with Captain Marvel?
I know.
No,
what's your agenda here?
Nothing. I had no problem whatsoever about her.
But then, what did you guys think of how they handled Chadwick passing in the storyline?
So it's delicate. We talked about this when the trailer first came out, that it was going to be a monumental task to deal with that in the storyline, right? And they treated it very delicately and didn't go too deep into it. And
That's what I liked about it.
They let the kind of actual tragedy that we are all familiar with kind of carry it, and you really don't need to do anything else with it. I mean, it's just a unexpected tragedy, literally for us and literally for Wakanda. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So what's more realistic than that? So I like that they didn't decide to make it into something. It wasn't.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But I think they handled it really well. I mean, for me, like I would say, I was not expecting. I mean, I knew this film would have a lot of emotional weight, but goddamn, was this film heavy on emotional weight? And if like the cast, this is one of the best ensemble casts of characters. Like, I mean, we talk about like how like Avengers, these movies have to balance these characters and make them all relevant and important in Avengers movie. This is another one of those situations where you have a large supporting cast and you're like, are all these people going to be able to carry like a film without Black Panther? And yes, they have created a very interesting, diverse set of characters from a very interesting world that you want to see and experience as they go through whatever they're going through, whatever that may be. It's because these characters are written well and they're interesting, all of them. And if I will say this right now, if Angela Bassett does not get nominated for an Oscar, all hell will break loose, because that woman, I walked out of that theater going, God damn it, that was like, what a performance that woman put up. And they were all very good. All of them were very good. But she was phenomenal. Like, I mean, the grief in this woman's performance was amazing. Like, it was truly emotional. Emotional weight for me, absolutely. I don't know.
I question at times, like, is this the actor or is this the character they're portraying at times? Because the emotions that you saw, it was so like just real, so you were so connected to it. I question many times, like, okay, is this really like them, the actor, or is this the character? Because it was so well, just it was raw.
Well, actors grab personal emotions to give better performances all the time. So
and
it
what
probably
way,
is.
Yeah. And the way that is it Sherry? I can't pronounce her name a lot of time. Shirley
Temple.
Shirley
Temple, yes.
Wakanda Forever.
I give major.
Starts tap dancing.
Oh God! Wrong? No. Okay. Anyways, I major props to her.
I was with them until Shirley Temple showed up.
Yeah. Wow.
Kugler made an odd choice.
Major props to her as an actress.
She's like just like her curly hair. Wakanda.
Wakanda Forever. Like, what the hell is this?
Anyways, major props to her as an actress from be a supporting character to a main character, because I'm sure she didn't see this ahead of time. Like, okay, well, I'm a supporting character. This was the job I signed up for, and then tragedy happens, and now she's been thrown into the main character. I think she did a fantastic job. Even the grieving parts, the middle, and to the point where I found her character even more intriguing when she saw, spoilers by the way, when she saw Killmonger. I did not see that part coming.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was that scene was cool. And then like the conflict afterwards.
Made sense too.
It did make sense. It makes sense.
It made sense. Why you're seeing him.
Yeah. But then you see her personality change from like this cool, I wouldn't say cool comic collective, but this very smart, very modern, up-to-date technology person, scientific girl, whatever, to this like vengeful, like, this is my what's on my mind right now. It was almost like two different people in a way, and to me at least. But I find that very interesting how, like, something very heartbreaking can, turn a person from, innocent looking, whatever, to like, vengeful, I'm going to burn the world type thing.
Yeah.
And she did mention that, like, I'm going to burn the whole world down. And then you kind of like almost see that happen when she becomes Black Panther.
Yeah.
Like she wanted to kill. She was basically being Killmonger. But,
Yeah, she even
yeah.
had the same colors.
Well, that was the original outfit,
Black and
for
gold.
her.
No, but I'm saying to
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
to sort of have that same.
Yeah, and I kind of
it was cool.
There's a part of it kind of wants to see that happen. It's not going to happen, but
no, it's not. What do you guys think of Ironheart?
I think they could have done more. I wanted to see more.
Well, I mean, like, she's going to get her own series, but I think again, another character they could have easily made like, whatever. But like now, I'm like, okay, I like this character too.
Me too. I liked him.
She could easily have been a eye roll type of character, and she's not. And I'm very interested to see where that character goes too. So, again, really good writing and really good introductions to characters, and just, I mean, you could tell there was a lot of care in how everything was handled in this film.
Yeah, I want to see more of her.
Creamcast, you're unusually quiet.
Oh, I was just letting you guys talk about it.
Swoon over it before he tears it down, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring you guys back to reality.
Good.
My initial impressions of it was good. It was good. Could have been better, absolutely. And the problem is that I'm giving it some leeway as well, because dealing with the passing of Chadwick Boseman to having Shuri being now the lead character, she wasn't who we picked for Black Panther. Chadwick Boseman was Black Panther in all of our minds, and the fact that they had to switch that up due to the death of Chadwick Boseman, and they were able to do it in a way that made sense, and they did it in a way that to continue the continuity of Black Panther and Wakanda, and introducing Namor and Ironheart. I think they did a really good job. So big shout out to Ryan Coogler and the team for that. I would say Angela Bassett. I mean, this was definitely an Oscar-worthy performance.
Oh yeah.
When you see her pain, it was her. She had pain. It almost. This is the one thing that we've always talked about in the past is with actors, when you see an actor and you get pulled out of the role because you just see the actor instead of the character that they're portraying, it kind of kills what's going on. And we've seen plenty of movies that have been like that in the past. But this, you didn't see that in Wakanda. I felt like when she was, when she went through that initial, when she was in the throne room and she was talking to the general because Okoye
was kidnapped. Princess.
Yeah, the princess the princess was kidnapped, and her saying, I've done everything, and she's trying to keep her position because she truly loves the throne. She truly loves Wakanda, and the queen is just giving her a heartfelt like, I've given you everything. I've done everything. What else more do I have? You lost the one thing that I had left to live for, pretty much. I'm the queen of Wakanda, but I'm the queen of nobody. I'm the mother of nobody at this point. It was an amazing performance. And in Marvel movies, we always before we always look at the action scenes and so forth, but the scenes of them just talking, I felt like they were very powerful scenes.
Oh yeah.
I think the scenes were very well done, very well shot. I say all that to say it still was not to what I would like this to be. I wasn't a fan of the formulaic ending of
the ship battle. I mean,
ship battle. Yeah, all the people
I gotta
that we
say
care
something
about
that.
All the people we care about end up living, but then but all the people. If you're a side character, oh yeah, you're screwed. You're gonna get stabbed.
Goodbye.
You're dead.
Yeah.
And I was really hoping that Shuri was gonna go all out and just try to take out, kill Namor, because at the point, like I'm looking at it from internally. If I knew somebody was responsible for my mother dying, there's not going to be anything. My mother coming back in the vision talking about, show him who we are. Yeah, I'm gonna murder him. And I understand it's a Marvel movie. You gotta have the, hey, everybody's happy at the end of the day.
No one dies.
Yeah, well, people
die. Main
characters. But I was kind of just, I get it, but this is what Disney does best. They're not going to leave anything like that, especially in a big movie like this, allowed to be seen. And because I would like to see the ramifications of what Shuri would have been like after she would have killed Namor. Like, Wakanda becomes a threat at this point, or maybe somebody has to step in and help Shuri out and bring her back to the light side. But yeah, overall, dealing with what they had to deal with, I still thought this was a good movie, and I was very proud of it. I mean, like I said, this is a movie that could have gone really bad with Chadwick Boseman being gone, but they turned a tragedy into. They allowed the grieving process. I guess the tragedy, like I think Darkseid said it best, or maybe it was Green Tuner. They allowed the tragedy to happen in real life to play out on screen as well. So it's not like Chadwick Boseman just dying and just didn't affect the real world. It actually affected the storyline and the people and the grieving process that the characters had to go through in that story, which I thought was pretty powerful. And I think that was a cool choice to do.
Well, maybe like you said, that's what kind of made the movie be less of what you wanted, because technically 50% of the movie is about the death of T'Challa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, so then you only have 50% left to do the other part of the movie.
Sure.
So maybe in another universe where Chadwick was still alive, it would have been 100% maybe of what you wanted. Yeah,
sure.
I think in and I don't know, but I think if Chadwick Boseman was still alive, and there are parts, I think you can read the script that they had for him, of what this movie was going to be, and it had Namor and everything. Mm-hmm. I think we would have it wouldn't have had it. Obviously, there's an element here that makes this movie what it is. You might have had a generic sequel. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
And I'm not saying that that. Like what happened. It was organically. It happened.
Yeah.
I think you like said to carry that organically and make it a part of the film and make it better, like in the context of a tragedy, to move along with the tragedy naturally. I think this is the best possible scenario. I can't see a better way to do that. You know what I mean? They did it the best way they could have done it. And they made a sequel to Black Panther, which is, like we talked about, it's a Marvel superhero movie. So, I mean, let's not forget what we're dealing with here. We're not dealing with like a Best Picture nominee. Maybe it is, but we're dealing with the sequel to a Disney Marvel movie.
Well, usually the death of a celebrity or a main actor does earn you points for the Academy Awards.
Well, I was gonna say if he was
Dark Knight.
Yeah, if he would have died after the movie was shot, like kind of how they did with
he would have gotten it. Yeah,
Ledger,
Ledger, or like the Rise of Skywalker, Carrie Fisher. They use unused footage to put her into the movie. So it's just like, if they actually had put him in the movie at any point in time, like outside of old clips,
I was honestly expecting that to happen at one or
two
points. Yeah, the Vision.
I expect that.
So glad
they were going to do something, and I was like, oh man, are they really doing this? Is this going to land? Like the bad taste was already forming in my mouth, and when that pan around the throne happened, and
you see,
who was sitting there? Yeah, Killmonger was sitting there. Yeah. It felt very like fun. It felt really good to see him. It felt really good to see him.
It felt right,
and it felt right, and you're also like, that character was so good, and it just. He was in there for only minutes, but you're instantly reminded how great that character is. Man, all right, this is it. it organically fit what she needed to see. I think this is all just good. It was just good writing. I know people are this movie is getting like, I think it's getting mixed reactions, so I don't know.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm
it's not all unanimous. I mean, I think the general population likes it a lot, but I think the more critical people are a little more critical of it. But I think all of those elements lined up, they did a really good job.
One thing that kind of didn't make sense to me was that.
Yes? Shut up. All right,
No.
so from the chat,
hold on.
like Girl says, another big surprise was the child.
Not to me. I will say this right now. Not to me.
It wasn't to me.
I wasn't expecting.
I knew it. I knew it the second. I knew that they were going to do that the second they showed her like
back in Wakanda,
living away in Haiti. I think she was in Haiti.
Haiti.
So obviously, in my mind was going, "Oh, why'd she move away?" And I was like, "Okay, they're going to show the kid at any second." And then when they cut away, they never really addressed it. And then as soon as the post-credit scenes went right back, I'm like, this is the scene where, and I was not surprised at all by that. It just felt very
damn. Yeah,
I was surprised. I did not see that coming.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Edward. Go ahead with your previous thought.
Oh, sure. Remember the scene where Namor says, "I'll be back in a week," and instead they went to Namor. Yes, Namor.
Namor.
Yes. Back when the main villain said, "I'll be back in a week," and instead they go white. Aquaman, whatever.
Yeah.
They go back. He said, "I'll be back in a week." Kukulkan. Yes.
Kukulkan.
Yes. He said he'll be back in a week, and instead they go out to him in the sea. I thought that was kind of odd that he did that.
Why?
Because they could have waited a week, wait for him to come back while
they were trying to lure him out.
Yeah, but
it was part of their plan.
Yeah, it's just that the scene. It seemed like they went to his home turf.
Yeah,
to provoke him.
They're trying to incite him.
Yeah, but wouldn't they have a slight disadvantage if they go to his home turf? I mean,
we're not. I mean, I'm sure there was some Wakandan strategy here. We weren't in the war room here, but clearly they had a plan. They built a ship.
Yes,
it worked. So I mean,
I just thought it was a poor choice, but
yeah, Shuri was that was the point. Shuri was willing to sacrifice everyone for revenge.
Mm-hmm.
She was willing to let all those people die just so she could get her revenge.
There you go.
Well, I don't think she was. I don't think she was gonna let them die. I think she was just going to let them. She thought that they could handle it, but the problem was the ship broke. So they thought that the little aqua cannons, whatever, were going to be enough to stop them from like overtaking the ship. But they were going to do the ship thing, and then they were going to leave. Remember, they were trying to leave to go back to Wakanda after that initial battle. But she wasn't there saying like, "Hey, I want everybody on the ship to die so I can get my revenge."
She didn't say exactly that, but it was part of the thinking because also remember, what's it?
Mbaku, jeez.
It's technically
like even Mbaku.
You gotta like this is delicious.
Even Mbaku, who was basically portrayed just like as the dumb guy that just loves to fight. He even said like, "Hey, I don't think it's a good idea to go out and have this massive battle in the middle of the whatever." Yeah. And she pretty much told him, "Hey, I'm your queen. Shut up and do as I say." And it's like, all right.
Well, no, his thing was not even about having the battle. He didn't want her to fight. Like he's like, "You're going out here and just with anger, and you're willing to start a whole war. You're not thinking of Wakanda as a whole. Like like a lot of people lost mothers. He wasn't against the whole water thing." He was against war in general. He didn't want to go.
Yeah, he was thinking more diplomatic.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that would have been the proper way to go about it.
He was thinking as a king.
What I'm saying is that you guys are conflating it as she wanted to she didn't care about anybody else. She just wanted her revenge.
I don't think she was careless, but I think her judgment was clouded.
Oh yeah, her
by
judgment,
wanting revenge.
Oh okay, yeah.
Yes,
well,
that's what I meant.
There's nothing wrong with saying she was careless. She was careless.
She was careless.
She obviously was careless, but
yeah. But yeah, I don't think it was. Hey, I don't care about anybody else but myself. I think she was just like, I just want to kill him. I just want to kill him.
No, there wasn't like that level of evil in her.
No. I wasn't trying to say she was evil. I'm saying her judgment was severely clouded by
Yes.
the want for
Yeah,
revenge.
vengeance.
yeah.
So much so that she, instead of being more strategic about it, she was
Wild.
trying to force certain things to happen.
She was trying to force a battle.
Uh,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
I was
ahead,
gonna say, I was just gonna turn it into. What did you guys think of Namor? Namor.
Oh, our
Namor.
first ever mutant.
Namor.
No,
Yeah,
it's
first mutant.
It's Namor.
Namor.
From the city of Numenor.
Do you like
Numenor.
that?
Yeah.
Do you like that he explained why he's like the name Namor, like through the like Spanish and everything? I don't know. I don't think that's. You didn't like it? I thought it was like that was unnecessary to do that.
I mean, it was cool to see it.
It was cool,
but
it
would have been better if they just left it as that's just his name.
Yeah, me too. I was just like, why did they need
to
to
see
do that?
like a priest saying, child with no love or whatever.
I do like that. I like that.
Yeah, the child with no love.
Yeah,
I love the fact that they said he's a child with no love, and then he's like, I mean, he hates the surface world. I mean, they literally were trying to kill him, and he saw that all his people were enslaved, that his ancestors were enslaved. So I totally I thought it was kind of cool. Like it's one of those things like they didn't have to do it, but they did it, and they did it in such a way that made sense. So I kind of took it as, it's a little cheesy per se.
Now, Green Tuner,
Sure.
were they?
I liked it.
Were they speaking Spanish?
No, they were speaking Maya.
Okay, I was.
Okay.
Well, yeah. All right.
Like
Interesting.
language more ancient than I didn't even know what to speak.
Because I didn't hear any like and nobody said Gordita Crunch or Taco Bell, so I was like,
wow.
what is this language?
Wow. You would do really good.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
They didn't say Baja Blast.
Yeah, Baja Blast.
No one mentioned Baja Blast. I was very confused.
Where's the Doritos Tacos Loco? Like,
no,
you guys are
no Cinnabon Delights. Nobody said anything. I was, what the fuck is
my goodness.
So we got two canceled. So one episode.
The chat is fully against me at this point.
We got two cancel members today. We got the Underground and
whoa! How did I get canceled?
Yeah, you're just canceled from the jump. So
you just canceled for overall.
The overall.
Your
oh no, this is your tomato comment earlier.
Tomato.
Actor.
No, I mean, I thought it was cool showing him why he hated the outside world. That's fine. It's just the name. I would have rather the name himself, his name, be a mystery, rather than just have it be, like explained
I guess,
to us.
Yeah. I
did
think
like the fact.
I thought it was unnecessary, but I don't think it takes anything away. I was just like,
what I did like though
weird.
was the opening where it was like a horror movie where they send out the sirens to like hypnotize people to drown themselves.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Holy shit, that is so cool. Yeah, because then that goes back to like the Greek
mermaids,
the mermaids, everything.
Yeah.
Of singing, where people would basically die trying to get to them.
Yeah.
So it was cool. I like
Hey, Green Turner. Hey, Green Turner. Shut the fuck up. Black Girls Hacksaws. There were some folks on Twitter who found it problematic that he was portrayed as Latin with a Catholic tattoo on his back. And then
did he have a tattoo on his back?
The Cancel Dark Side. No, apparently he did. I don't remember that.
Who's say what his faith is, and we don't need to question that.
But you think they would have brushed it out instead of leaving it on?
Yeah, I didn't
I'd have to look that up. Yeah,
we've seen his back so many times. I don't recall.
I never noticed a
tattoo,
Catholic tattoo.
Yeah, I never knew they had a Catholic tattoo
unless someone missed their job,
or unless they're talking about conquistadors,
or there's some other hidden mystery.
Yeah, maybe there's some. Yeah, maybe there's some kind of. Maybe it's like deep and hard to like understand, like the Jared Leto Joker tattoos that are like, they're not necessarily as stupid as they seem.
Like?
Yeah.
She said it was
damaged.
It was like the Virgin Mary-esque or Mother Mary. So
I think it's called Mr. Job. Then I don't know.
It references his mom. I don't know.
Could
be. I don't know. I would have to see it, to be honest.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
there would be no Catholics basically.
But like I said, conquistadors weren't they Catholics?
They were Catholics. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were.
Oh, yeah, of
Catholics.
course.
So
They were
ma-
bringing
that-
Catholicism.
That would be kind of cool if they were like he got captured and they like what they
Yeah, they
wouldn't tattoo
converted
him.
him.
Yeah, they wouldn't get like
They tattooed him.
masters, like, tattoo masters. Like, oh, okay, on this episode to tattoo masters,
Ink
give them
masters.
ink masters.
Ink
we got
Masters.
we got a mutant here. Yeah, we're gonna give him a sick ass version.
We're gonna tattoo this kid.
Yeah. This kid has wings. Do you want the
He's
version?
like,
Mary
shut
have
up,
wings?"
kid. I don't speak no Mayan.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. So
I'm sure
yeah,
there's some. I would
there's
say
there's
like
explanation.
yeah, there has to be. I hope that's.
I think someone just probably missed their job and didn't do that. I didn't see it.
Could be
That's a
that.
pretty big
Yeah.
miss.
That's a pretty big
Yeah.
miss.
That's a pretty big miss.
Yeah.
I would say that there might be an explanation.
I mean, it's happened before. Some misses.
Yeah,
but-
sure, it could be a miss, but I mean, I'll say majority of people who watched it didn't know.
What a goof!
Yeah, what a goof!
I didn't notice.
It'll make
Uh,
IMDb's goofs.
Yeah.
Oops.
But I mean, I didn't notice it at all, and I feel like if you didn't notice it, good on you. That's really great eyes. But
Yeah.
I think majority of people probably didn't notice it whatsoever. I mean, I like Namor, honestly. I thought Namor overall as a character, I liked how he was diplomatic. Like, you know, he's willing to talk, but it's more talk on his terms. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you're going to do what I say or else, you know, hey, and he says it with a smile. And somebody had made a comment about how he smiled, like how, like when he talked to you from a point of compassion, but also as a threat as well. So
Yeah.
I like the fact that, you know, he wasn't like outside of him threatening, he was an okay character. Like he seemed like a good guy, but as soon as he got serious about when it came to his people, you're like, damn, you know, it's kind of his word or no way. And he was just like, hey, I just want to kill, you know, like this. I just want to kill Riri Williams just because she built the thing. I can't have anybody threaten my kingdom. You know, instead of being diplomatic, he was just all about like, hey, let me go ahead and sacrifice her and kill her off, which is crazy in my mind. Especially how we know like the MCU can work and how people usually come to compromises and agreements. And I'm pretty sure if you tell her like, hey, if you make another one of the machines, we're gonna kill you. We're gonna swim up your bathroom
Toilet.
Toilets.
and
Yeah.
Piranha's gonna go right up your ass and eat you from the inside. Most likely, people will be like, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna chill." But no, I like Namor. I think they did a really good job. And the actor, you know, really cool thing. He never swam before prior to Black Panther.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh.
he didn't know how to swim, so he learned how to swim due to Black Panther. So I think
Surprising.
I think they did a really good job. I liked Namor a lot, and I definitely like the fact that he's our first mutant inside the MCU. So I was like, that's pretty cool. Not too bad. I was like, good job, Marvel.
Again, didn't they introduce in the Miss Marvel show? Isn't there a kid who's a mutant? We haven't watched the show, I know, but like,
There's supposed to be something at the
isn't
end.
there?
A mutant in the MCU as in
MCU.
movies. The movies.
And the movies.
Yeah.
oh, okay, as a relevant character.
Yeah.
Like,
Not,
Yes.
and people
Yeah.
always, people always go back and say, well, what about Professor X? I mean, that's totally different.
yeah. What about
story.
Professor X?
That's a different storyline. Like, are you ableist? You don't want to talk about Professor? Like, no,
Oh my
that's a
goodness.
totally different timeline. That's a totally different
Mhm.
universe. But this is our first mutant in our
in-house mutant.
yeah.
Technically, yes, he is in first mutant.
It's been
what do you-
around for a while too.
Yeah, how do you guys feel about that? Do you feel like this is now gonna be? Are we gonna start seeing the early signs of the X-Men now? And
Yeah,
I hope so.
At
I'm
some
Take
point.
your
waiting.
time. Take your time.
Take your
Is all I
time.
say about
Speaking
that.
of Wakanda,
Wakanda.
there's an X-Men that, has resided in Wakanda before.
Yes.
Yes, so I want them to bring in all the mutants. I want them to bring in Storm. I want to see how that
she
shit
would have
goes.
married T'Challa.
Well, obviously that's not going to happen this
Oh.
That's
time.
not gonna happen. Well, you
Yeah.
never know. Hey, this is
Dang.
2022. Things
Oh,
can happen.
my
yes,
goodness.
I'm down for that.
Oh
all right,
my
let's
Yes,
do it.
I'm
goodness.
totally down for
Mm.
that. Give me the
Yeah,
Ed, how
sure.
do you feel about that? Little girl on girl action. Black Panther.
Oh, yeah,
Storm.
they showed that, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
someone said "I love you" to another.
Oh, Ed, the face that you're making is of disgust.
Of disgust.
Are you
Yeah,
okay?
it's your
It's not
Captain
a
Marvel face.
disgust.
You okay?
it's not a discuss. I'm just like, hey, I'm not writing the story. So
What's wrong with two women loving each other?
I didn't say anything was right or wrong. I just said I'm not writing the story.
Oh, okay. Just
Cancel
your
the
face.
Right
underground.
or wrong, huh?
I didn't say it was right or wrong. I'm just saying I'm not writing the story.
I'm not saying it's wrong or wrong, but I didn't write the story. So, it is what it is. I mean, we'll see what happens. Somebody was saying that this was a catalyst to Doctor Doom of Wakanda with Wakanda. I was like,
The
I don't
metal?
see that at all.
Yeah, the metal.
To make his suit?
To make his suit, yeah.
That would make the most sense.
Yeah, they said that this is the way, because now that we know that vibranium is not just in Wakanda anymore and it's in other parts of the earth, that this could possibly lead to Dr. Doom building his suit, pure vibranium. And I was like, that's a point.
And they've also introduced magic already. So you're already getting all the elements that Dr. Doom needs to build his armor.
Yeah, you have magic. You have one of the rarest metals on Earth. I mean, you can definitely do it. So so people are really excited about it.
Who was digging down there?
The U.S. At the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
That was the U.S.
Oh, I thought they found that. And
they were looking for vibranium. They made a device that detected vibranium, and they were like, "Oh, it's in the middle of the ocean." That's
were you watching the same movie as we were?
Yeah, not the device that detected by vibranium, but the device that was drilling and it couldn't drill through because of the vibranium.
That was the U.S.
That was
okay.
US.
All right. Just wondering.
Did you actually watch the movie?
Yes, I saw the movie.
Did you go in late to the movie?
No, I saw the movie.
Did you walk out?
Were you half asleep?
No, I didn't. Wasn't half asleep. I saw the movie.
You walked out, didn't you?
No, I didn't
you
walk
walked
out.
out.
I saw from beginning to end.
You turned to like nobody because somebody went with you. Like, you want to go?
Yeah. I'm getting Batman and Robin vibes. Does the Black Panther suit have nipples on it? I'm done. I can't do this anymore. No. Yeah, so initially I think America was trying to get the vibranium, and then it was France
wanted to get it too.
France and another country.
I'm pretty sure everyone.
Yeah, they want to get the
everyone
vibranium.
wants that sweet.
Well,
sweet
the ones
beat.
they showed was France and the US. That's the only two they showed.
Oh, they showed okay, yeah. So
yeah, but she said that there has been numerous attacks.
Yeah, which is
attempts.
What? They're not going to show China going after it because we know why.
Wow.
Oh, was this released in China?
Oh, I don't know.
Right. Wasn't there a big controversy about this?
Attendance of one if it opens up in China.
Yeah, but nobody cared for some odd reason.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking at
I told them make Ironheart Asian and nobody believed me.
Oh my!
It's the only way to do it.
Oh, China has banned Marvel movies.
Oh yeah.
There was that ban. Yeah, I forgot. There was a ban
Why?
of Marvel.
Why did they ban Marvel movies?
Because Marvel leaned back against them.
Yeah.
What was it?
Really?
Eternals? What was it? I forgot what it was.
It was Eternals. They got upset because there were homosexual scenes. Yeah, gay scenes in there.
Which was Saudi Arabia?
That was UAE. UAE pushed back. And I know at one point China pushed back.
I mean, Russia does the same thing. Didn't Putin say that there were no gay people in Russia or something stupid like that?
And there aren't, as far as we know.
There are none. You're right. Yeah.
I'm looking it up right now. So it says will not release in Asian countries Beijing regulators who have been increasingly cracking down on the United States access to the market. They said there's no definitive reason that has been given for his ban, as regulators rarely explain their decision making behind prohibiting a film from being accessed in China. However, speculation is that censors prevent Black Panther Wakanda Forever from showing because it briefly depicts open gay characters. The Dora Milaje.
Dora
Milaje. There we go. Dora Milaje members. Anika, played by Michaela Cole.
She's
and
gay?
Ayo.
In the show, or the show in the movie.
The movie, right at the end.
Yeah.
The very end of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like,
they
thank
show
you,
them
my
kissing,
love.
don't they?
Wait, I'm out of here. That road's there every time.
Which is crazy because
Do
it
they
literally
show him kissing?
It was so short.
they
it
I don't
was
think
like
they
a
I think someone
blink and you
kissed her
miss it.
head,
yeah,
right?
they kissed her forehead, and she's like,
No, the
"Thank you."
forehead.
so?
Yeah, she's like,
I saw
"Thank you,
that
my
too.
love."
I didn't think that was anything.
Yeah. Okay. Here's some
And
Black
he said,
Adam.
"I love you" or something.
Black Adam has also been blocked as well. So the report confirms that the recently released Black Adam starring Dwayne Johnson and with a cameo from Henry Cavill as Superman has also been blocked. While no reason has been given for that ban either, the rumor making the rounds is that the movie was blocked due to Pierce Brosnan's comments on an association with the Dalai Lama, who is viewed as a separatist in Beijing.
What?
Right. That Dalai Lama
Yeah,
comment that we
that's
all know,
true.
very familiar with.
Very
Yes.
familiar with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very relevant to the plot.
Yeah.
Non-existent.
You know what? Good
what's
on
it called?
Hollywood. Good on Hollywood. Good
Let's
on
see.
Hollywood. They could have just edited that shit out. That was an easy edit. Easy edit. They could have edited out that kiss. They could have edited out that Dalai Lama comment. They could have edited out what was the other thing that was Top Gun Maverick, his logo on his jacket. They took it out in the trailer, and didn't they just say fuck it and they put it back in? Because China was like, no, don't put Taiwan references.
I know that.
I didn't
so,
know either.
Hollywood's growing balls again.
so what happened was
Good on him.
Pierce Brosnan has shared an anecdote about meeting with the Dalai Lama and praised his spiritual leader.
Really?
Yeah.
Right. He acknowledged his existence.
Mm.
I didn't even know this was this line. Completely over my head. I forgot about whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Whatever.
Yeah, so I mean, Black Panther doesn't seem like it's gonna be in some Asian countries. Oh well, screw it. They're gonna VPN it anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
I was thinking that.
And if anybody's gonna have fake versions of the movie being shown anywhere in the world,
It's gonna
we
be
know
China.
it's gonna be China. So
Mhm.
I'm not trying to be that guy, but they have a lot of fakes out there, so it is what it is. So I mean, that's
Black Cat or something. I don't know. Black Cat Forever. I don't know.
Oh, you saw the movie instead of being Black Panther, they call it Black Cat. I'm not gonna lie,
Black Cat.
I didn't get that reference at all for a second. I mean, my mind
Yeah.
went
It's
completely
a
blank.
dumb reference.
It
It is a stupid
Hey,
reference. But it would be
guys.
cool to see Black
It
Cat.
might happen.
It might
get a
happen.
movie.
Screw these guys. They're such jerks.
No love for Black Cat.
No love for the Black Cat. Okay.
Really?
What? No, I gotta look
I
for
like
Black
Black
Cat.
Cat, but not in this
I like
context.
Black Cat.
No, that's
too,
why
yeah.
the reference Ed says. I obviously love
Oh no,
Black Cat.
obviously no.
I love-
It's an idiot.
No,
I
that's
love
an
Black
idiot,
Cat
yeah.
more than any rest of you guys. So
Mm.
yeah.
Does everyone here have the famous cover of Black Cat comic book, where it's like
Yep,
a white
sure.
background and she's bending over?
Oh, we have different versions of Black
Big
Cat.
fans.
I was talking about different Black Cat. Never mind.
I was talking
mind.
about
I like-
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Black
Yeah,
Cat.
yeah,
What were you
yeah.
guys talking
yeah.
about?
Yeah,
Nothing,
Spider-Man.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a PG stream. So,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, Black Cat. Whoa, yeah, she wears that outfit. Man, amazing.
Mm,
Master criminal.
Mm.
Yeah.
mhm.
Oh, anyways, so with Wakanda Forever, this is the end of Phase 4. I believe this is the end of Phase 4, right?
Is
And
it?
Is
No.
is
Ant-Man. Wouldn't Ant-Man be there?
Ant-Man is
Ant-Man?
the
I thought this was
no. Ant-Man's
I
the
don't know.
beginning of Phase 5.
Yeah, Ant-Man's
Oh,
beginning of Phase 5.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
what I
okay,
thought.
cool.
So with the beginning of Phase 4, I think we've
Mm-hmm.
Suffered quite
Yes.
a lot through Phase 4. I think there was a lot of misses. There were some big hits with Phase 4.
This is the only big hit, I think.
No,
So far.
no, I think No Way.
Well,
No Way Home-
what's in Phase 4? What's in Phase 4?
No Way Home was in
Okay.
Phase 4.
Good.
You had pretty much anything after the
You
last
got the
Avengers.
Phase 4 pulled up? Someone have it?
Let me pull it up. I'll pull it up. So MCU Phase 4.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, No Way Home and Black Cat.
Okay, so
Look, we talked a lot about this. Phase 4 is an experimental phase. They're trying to feel it out a little bit. And I encourage that. You know what? I encourage that.
Hey, Darkseid.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. All right.
Damn, you
I'm
got
gonna-
me.
yeah, I
You got
got
me.
you. Got you. No, Phase 4. All right. So Phase 4 films. It starts with Black Widow, Shang-Chi,
I liked Black Widow.
Eternals.
I like Black Widow too.
Shang-Chi, I liked.
Okay.
Shang-Chi I like.
Eternals.
Eternals, I thought I liked it.
Forgettable.
I liked Eternals.
Forgettable though.
Okay.
No,
okay.
I liked Eternals.
Eternals was not bad.
I liked it.
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yes.
Liked it.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of
Nah.
Madness,
Lukewarm.
and Thor:
lukewarm
Love
on
and
that.
Thunder,
Oh no.
Lukewarm.
lukewarm, and then Black Panther:
Yeah.
Wakanda Forever.
Yes.
Lukewarm.
So-
No, I'm just kidding. I like
So,
that.
I mean, Phase 4, not that terrible.
It's
It
not that
wasn't
terrible.
bad.
Yeah, Black
What the
Widow
hell?
was good. Shang-Chi was good. It was okay.
Shang-Chi was, it
was
wasn't
okay.
great. I liked it, but it wasn't that.
I gotta rewatch
A big
Shang-Chi.
They're
deal.
all safe.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah,
They're all safe.
I think Shang-Chi could have did better, but yeah, it was
Yeah, it
good.
could
It was
have been
okay.
better.
It was okay. I'll say it was okay.
Now, what's
Eternals,
the best of the bunch?
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
But no, I would say
No Way
Spider-Man.
Home is
No
really
Way Home.
good.
No Way Home.
No Way
No
Home
Way
is
Home's really
probably.
good.
I think that would take the cake. Honestly.
Yeah, I'd say No Way
Yeah.
Home. Yeah.
What's
It's
what's
just-
the worst one? I think that's
Doctor
The worst one
Strange.
is either Doctor
Oh,
Strange or
Thor.
Love and
Doctor
Thunder.
Strange.
I think
Thor.
Thor. I think
Thor.
Thor's
I think
Thor's
Doctor's-
dud.
Nah, Doctor Strange.
You think
Nah,
that's
I'm gonna say Thor as
Well, you know
well.
the
I
funny
would
thing-
say Thor.
You know the funny thing is that Chris Hemsworth was recently quoted to say that he does not look forward to doing any other movies with I think what they said genius maniac directors.
What?
Oh,
So,
YTT?
Taika?
Yeah, everybody thinks he's talking about YTT. So
Who else are you talking about though?
that's what everybody's saying. Like, who else are you talking about? And with Thor: Love and Thunder pretty much bombing overall in the reviews, everybody thinks he's talking about him, which
Yeah.
I kind of have to agree. Like Thor: Love and Thunder, coming from what was the one before this? Ragnarok.
Yeah, but everyone who worked
Yeah.
on that
Ragnarok.
film
Mhm.
like had a great time. Like from what I've seen.
Who cares about the great time? Like you don't
So
watch.
why would
the
he say that?
script
Is he talking about his
sucks.
professional career? Or?
Maybe I think he's just talking about like he doesn't want to do anything crazy with his movies from that like Thor went from being serious to being a
There's no fucking
comedy,
business.
but then but the comedy the first time worked very well, but the second time kind of fell kind of flat. So I think what he's trying to say is like, hey, it's fun doing that like crazy thing off the cuff, but
Mhm.
sometimes you gotta dial it back. And I think that's I think that's kind of what happened with Ragnarok. They went funny, which was good funny. Thor: Love and
Or
Thunder,
maybe you
it
don't know
works.
what the hell you're talking about. How about that?
They had
Maybe
my
I don't.
boy.
I don't.
How about
Damn.
that?
I
They
don't.
had my boy
That's
Christian
why it's called a
Bale
pain, bitch.
just sitting there in
Mhm.
mourning because it was so bad.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He said he did hate the experience. Well, no, he didn't say he says he hates the experience, but then like when he's doing his press tour, like, oh man, this is the greatest thing ever. I can't wait.
Well,
I'm glad."
obviously,
He's
yeah.
gotta say,
Yeah.
hype it up.
Yeah,
try
well,
to.
I think what he said that he really disliked was the fact that he was just constantly in front of a green screen.
Green screen. Yeah, he said.
Yeah,
he
so
doesn't understand how people.
He's
can work
used to the raw feel of Nolan
He
movies.
said that, huh?
Hey, you keep
That's what he
talking,
said, huh?
and talk. You're gonna get the raw
Okay.
feel of my Nolan pretty soon.
A raw feeling for sure.
Sure, you're gonna get a raw
No.
feeling for sure if you keep talking.
False.
Come out
All right.
right at all.
Okay, yeah, it didn't come out right at all. All right, so outside of Phase 4, then we have our television series. Where do you like as far as television series are concerned? I feel like the movies are definitely lagging behind a lot of the
Yes.
television series. So really
Yeah.
quick, I'm just gonna.
I mean, the
Phase
television
4.
series we talked about, you get more chance to develop the story, and you get,
Absolutely.
so like with the movies, it's either a spectacle or it hits or it doesn't hit. With the shows, you get to develop the characters and tell a story and just have a little fun with it.
But I'm calling bullshit
Invest.
on that. I'm calling bullshit on that because if you look at what James Gunn did with the Suicide Squad, the second
Yeah.
one, and then
Yeah.
what he did with Peacemaker.
I would say that's spectacle.
But what I'm saying is that based on them being on two different mediums, one being television format versus a movie format, they both
Yeah.
shine. They both shine very brightly. In their
Yeah, but they both
respective
shine in
mediums.
different ways. With what I'm saying is, with movies, it's a spectacle. It either hits or it just doesn't hit.
Right.
With the TV show, you have more of an opportunity to make it hit. So, I mean, a great example with you is Peacemaker. Peacemaker is you took a character and you were able to make that character really lovable over so many episodes. I mean, he gets better and better. With the Suicide Squad, I think it's just everything hit at the right time, right good writing, good directing and use of characters, and just was a. And then you'll have an example like with Taika. It just doesn't hit. You get one chance.
Yeah, you
at
get one
that.
chance, but that's the thing is that it doesn't matter if you get one chance or not. It's the fact that like when you shoot a TV episode, it's not like they shoot the episode 1 week before the episode comes out. Like it's all shot at one time, so or shot in
Yeah,
sequence.
I know, but they're able to not sacrifice storyline. Sacrifice.
Sure, you get 10
they're
hours,
able to
like
dedicate the
Andor.
time.
Yeah, sure. Like Andor.
Yeah,
Andor
which we'll
gets
get
10
to. Yeah,
gets 10 hours of a show.
yeah.
Versus
Yeah.
if you watch Rogue One,
2
which is 2
hours.
hours, which is 2
Yeah.
hours. So
Right.
yes, you get more chance of the story. But the thing is that just because it's different mediums doesn't mean that you don't get the same opportunity to hit it out of the ballpark. Like if you are a TV show, yes, you get 10 hours to do it. But we've seen 10-hour TV shows that have turned to absolute shit by the end of it, just the same as but then the movie version of it or the movie prequel or sequel to it will be short, sweet, to the point, and it'll be phenomenal. So while I feel like you're trying to give it like, oh well, this is a TV show and that's different.
I'd say the TV show has a more opportunity to land. Is all I'm saying.
I get that, but what I'm saying is that for Marvel, this is not their first rodeo. That's why I guess for me, because this is not their first rodeo, and of course they can do things outside the norm to spice up movies and so forth. This is not their first rodeo. They've done this for at this point 10 years or more doing Marvel movies. So when you come to a point where like in Phase 4 there are movies like or let's say Thor: Love and Thunder, it wasn't hitting. There's like what we talked about with She-Hulk with Kevin. There's a formula that kind of gets involved. Of course, you can divert from the formula here and there, just like with cooking. You can divert a little bit. Maybe don't include this type of spice. Put this spice instead. You can redo it, but to come and completely remake it, remake a movie into something that at the end of the day nobody likes, or not say nobody because I don't want to deal in definitives, that majority of people don't like. I think that's more on the movie, and I feel like overall that Marvel should know better at this point. Where we see these movies, and there's some bangers for sure. I think Black Widow was a banger. I think Black Panther was a banger. Spider-Man Home was a banger. The rest of them are kind of mid.
Mess.
I'll say
even a mess.
I'll say Black Thor. I'll say Black Thor.
Well, I keep going back to Thor.
Yeah, I want Black Thor, damn it. Just give me Idris Elba in there and just race swamp him out, and I think it'll be a better movie. Thor Forever. I feel like with Thor, Thor is a complete mess, but I just feel like with these phases, and sure, if we go back, I think we've gone back to the catalog of old Marvel movies, and there's been misses in every phase, but I feel like Marvel should be at a point that they should just be knocking it out of the park almost every single time. That's just me.
They're playing safe, also.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Thor: Love and Thunder wasn't safe. I don't think.
I think it was safe.
I think it was safe.
I think it was safe.
Pretty much Ragnarok again. It was pretty safe.
Oh, yeah. Okay, safe in that regard. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were tomorrow safe in the Marvel formula overall, but yeah, it's pretty much Ragnarok on steroids. Okay, so then talking about Phase 4 really quick. WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, which we haven't seen, I Am Groot, which we haven't seen, and She-Hulk. Those are all the television series right now that have come out with Phase 4. There's definitely some really good. I think.
What is I Am Groot? Is that's a show?
It's like a short TV series.
Short.
Shows, shorts. Wow.
Yeah, shorts. And then there was then special presentations. Werewolf by Night, which I think for the most part is our favorite special presentation. And then Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, which hasn't come out yet. But yeah, I think Phase 4 overall. I think this was the
Fakes 4.
Why is that?
What?
You said Fakes 4.
Yeah, why is that? Why'd you say that?
Who?
Yeah.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
I said Phase 4.
No,
said that?
Did you say that?
You said Phase 4.
I heard
Fakes. Phase 4.
I heard Fakes 4.
Well, I mean, you do have a
No,
Xbox.
you said Phase 4. You said Fakes 4.
Yeah, you do have an Xbox.
He said Phase 4.
So, I mean, no one's surprised.
What?
Anyways, but yeah, so far with Phase 4, what do you guys? I mean, I think this was the phase of TV shows. I think the TV shows were actually out of the park. I mean, I think now that we're at the end of Phase 4, I think the TV shows is what kept Marvel really pumping this last Phase 4.
Yes,
I would
for
say
sure it
so.
Or this
was.
last phase. Yeah.
Mm.
I don't think the movies did it other than
No.
like, No Way Home, Black Panther, and maybe
Just those two for me.
you didn't like whatchamacallit?
No, he didn't like anything else.
Madness.
What's the other one called with the chick? A Black Widow. I was gonna keep saying she's
Black
Spider.
Widow.
I didn't
Black
think
Widow was
at undergrad.
good.
Did you see Black Widow?
Yeah,
You didn't like it?
It was okay. I liked.
Hmm.
I don't know. I liked No Way Home and Wakanda Forever. That was like peak for Phase 4 for me.
Okay. I
Yeah.
thought you liked Black Widow.
No, I did. It's just
It wasn't at the level. It wasn't the level of those two.
No, I think ever since Endgame, like my expectations for Marvel have been high, and for like not having to see a movie like that from Marvel, it's been kind of disappointing. So
Okay. Makes sense. Well, hopefully with Phase 5, things will kick up to more to your liking, and we'll see what Marvel does. All right. Outside of that, do you guys?
did they pay you for that or?
Shut up. Blurries. What do you guys
Was it a
give?
cheese?
Oh yeah, blurries. Let's give
Yeah,
blurries.
let's give blurries. Green Turn. Why don't you go first?
Man.
No. Wait, let's Ed
Eight.
Underground. No, let's get. Oh, go ahead.
Me?
Yeah, because I don't want your score to be affected by anything.
Oh yeah, that's true.
My
Ed
scores aren't
Underground,
affected ever by any of you fools.
All right, say it.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'll give it an 8.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, Green
All
Turn.
right, I'll give it an 8.5.
8.5. Wow.
Yeah. Pretty close to a 9.
Pretty close to 9. Shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Dark Side, where would you give it?
I don't know. 9.
A 9?
What?
9, I guess. I don't know.
Really?
Nah,
You sound very
That
unsure
sounds
about
very-
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound.
I
That was not
like I said, I've
convincing
had
at
a lot
all.
of issues with our rating system, and I think it's messed up.
No,
Our
your
know,
rating
that's-
system
that's-
is messed up.
I know what Dark Side is saying. That's why I didn't want to say 8. So I'm like, but I don't feel a 9. That's why I'm like,
I don't feel
Yeah.
a 9.
Can I give a real
Yeah.
score? I think you guys are trying to massage it a little bit because
We're not
Oh,
trying
I'm
to
not.
massage it. We're trying to weigh it against our previous scores.
Yeah, because we give everything an 8.
I
Yeah,
give it
we
a
do.
7.
We-
I give it a 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's play this guy. Let's all clap for Creamcast. What a hero! What a hero!
How much
You gave it a
cheese? How much
Clap it up
cheese did
for
you
him.
get?
I was gonna say a 6 or a 7
A
because
6?
6.
6
Get
or a
the
7.
fuck out of here.
Wow.
I
Hey,
did.
that's his score.
No way.
I thought.
Yeah, I
6
know
or
it's a
7.
score, but it's no way we're all vibing on that.
I don't think it's a 6.
It's-
Come
I
on.
say
yeah,
it's-
definitely
No,
on a
it's a 6.
Okay, I'll give this. I said 6 or a 7. Okay, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you. Like,
Why don't you have some balls, put it on the table, and say it's a 6? Don't
Yeah.
be like the 6 or 7.
I'll give it 6
all
and a
right,
half.
if it's
I'll
a
give it
6
6 and a half. I'll give it 6 and a half. Simple.
You
6 and a half. The
bitch.
reason
Wow.
why. The reason why I give it a 6 is because it was.
He hated this movie.
I'm not gonna lie. I got kind of bored after.
I-
About halfway through, 3/4 of the way. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm going full prime Ed.
Take
over
it
here.
down.
Do it.
There could only be one Prime Ed, and that is me.
All lives matter.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, hold on. What about going full yay?
Full
White
public,
lives matter.
Yeah.
We got full yay.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna
Oh,
say
he's
this.
going DEFCON 4.
I felt like this movie while it was good, I just got bored. Like the thing is, like I want to see her be purely pissed off. I felt it was somewhat muted with her.
Safe.
Like your mother just got murdered, right? Your brother died. Your father got
Yeah.
murdered by a terrorist. You literally lost your entire family in the span of 6 years, right? Assuming like right before the blip, which was like maybe a year before Black Panther, I'm assuming, or before Endgame and all the other shit. So in 6 years, you lost all your family members, right?
Mm.
So at this point, to me, I don't understand why she was not like full on
Vader.
blood in the water type shit. Like I wanted full on destruction. And while I somewhat got that when she talked to M'Baku, I felt like I'll go back before, if someone had murdered my mother pretty much in front of me, I'm going balls to the wall.
Full Vader.
I'm going full Vader. Not even Vader. Vader didn't do that. Vader.
Well, look at it like this: Vader went
do-
through the whole process of being betrayed and all that stuff.
No,
so he
you
went.
say Anakin, that full Anakin. His mother got killed. Shmi got killed by the Tusken Raiders. She died
Oh,
in
fake
Zons.
fan.
Yeah.
Got him.
And then he went full on, killed all the Tusken Raiders.
Yeah.
So that's not Vader, that's Anakin. So with that being said, yes, I wanted her to go all out. I felt like it was muted. I felt like it was kind of cheesy at the end, where people are sitting there like literally they're slowly going to them with their spears, like, okay,
Yeah,
all the main
that's
characters.
why I said the boat scene. Yeah,
The boat scene was completely ridiculous. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was just it was typical PG Disney bullshit.
Yeah.
I did not like the fact that this female Black Panther just coming in and just starts like arm wrestling in Baku to show like me, I'm woman strong, like
the
it's just weird.
dominance. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just like,
Well, you know what that arm wrestling scene was?
What?
That arm wrestling scene was, I thought it was like you had
reference?
to, it was a formality.
it was
like a
a
challenge.
for
And he
region.
it was a, I have to fight
or
you kind of formality.
M'Baku's,
He didn't want to fight her. So I was like, all right, boom. All right, you're in charge. It was a gesture. I thought that was
I mean, it might have been, and maybe I missed it. Maybe that was from the first Black Panther.
That was a bro thing.
well, Black
Yeah.
Panther, that's how it is. Like when the leader dies, you have to,
no.
challenge.
No,
When the
think,
leader
like,
dies, you have to challenge him without your powers.
sure.
Yeah.
And I think that's
No,
what the
but-
whole thing was. It's like, I
No.
mean, they're not playing by the rules. No
Yeah.
one wanted to challenge her for that.
No, because
Well,
at
they
the
couldn't
end,
challenge it.
he did the whole ceremony thing, but
I
she wasn't
got it.
there.
I got it.
All right,
Yeah,
then. So
but,
what you're
what I'm
saying
saying,
is false.
is,
It's
I
false.
don't know.
I just
Well,
saw
it's
it as like as a way of not really challenge or anything, just
a
kind of
bro
like a
thing.
custom that they did.
Yeah, I
it's a-
thought that was what it
with
was.
M'Baku's like region. Maybe that's their
No,
custom of
I
how
see it as
they
a bro
do
thing because
that.
they know each other. They're bros in a way. So it's like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, because she's
Oh,
always
what is
like,
this?
yeah,
Oh,
arm wrestling.
okay.
Mm.
I don't think
Oh.
that's right.
That's
sure.
new.
I mean, that's fine. And that's if it's supposed to be some ritual.
Do
thing
we all
that's-
agree
it's
that at
just
the end of
kinda
this
cheesy.
movie, though, M'Baku is king of Wakanda?
I think
that's
so.
pretty clear, right?
I think it's
Yeah.
pretty clear. I think
Okay.
because
Yeah.
you don't have to be. From what I understand, is that the protector didn't have to always be the king.
The
so,
king, yeah.
So
Yes.
she's not the queen of
Mhm.
Wakanda. He is, and I'm hoping that eventually they do a double Black Panther thing. That might be kind of cool. I don't know if she gave up Black Panther as a
No,
protector.
so
No, he's not.
Wouldn't
it be
gonna-
a
he
gorilla,
can't be a
though?
Black Panther.
So-
Really king, yeah.
Black Panther's dad was
Yeah.
still alive when he was Black Panther, but he wasn't king. So you don't have to necessarily be king and be Black Panther. You can.
Yeah, but T'Challa wasn't the Black Panther.
No, he was.
He became the Black Panther.
He was
while
Black Panther.
While
He
his
was Black
father was
Panther.
alive. Remember,
Yeah.
his father was more of a diplomat at that point, and then he was like,
Yeah, but after we saw
he was so
Remember,
Black
he was
Panther
in
the first
Captain
time
America.
in
Captain America.
Civil War,
Yeah.
but after his father was assassinated.
But no,
Yeah.
he was still alive.
No, he was already Black Panther.
No, his father was assassinated. In response to the assassination, Black Panther appeared to track down Winter Soldier. So I don't think we can confirm that
Well,
statement.
we don't know the timeline because when I see what you're saying, and Winter Soldier, we don't.
Mhm.
No, he was.
He was already
'cause,
Black Panther.
he was already Black Panther because he never left. As far as I
They
remember.
showed a scene with him as Black Panther. I could be wrong. So
No. I think because
you guys know.
he was able to pretty much go to his father, and was able to survive the explosion pretty much unharmed. But his father died from that explosion.
But he never took the herb.
I think he already had taken
He
herb
had
after
taken
his
the herb
death.
at that point
He already taken the herb at that point. Because remember, I think
when they were at the
they
UN.
never showed. Yeah, they never showed him. Well, okay, so I think this is where we're getting confused. They never showed him in Civil War taking the herb, and even in the Black Panther movie, he had already taken the herb. He was challenged for the throne after he had already taken the herb.
Yeah,
so we
he
don't
took
know,
the reverse herb or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't know exactly when he did, but I think if I do remember correctly, his father was talking about that he was the next in line, that he was Black Panther at that point, because his father was at that point too old. He probably still had he probably still had the herb and the strength to do, but he was to do supernatural stuff or superhuman stuff.
Yeah.
He had aged at that point.
Except to dodge a blast from a terrorist attack.
Terror attack.
Apparently.
Yeah, that's the one thing he can't do. So, but
yeah, you might be right there.
yeah,
Okay.
So I mean, if they do something where now Shuri is the Black Panther and M'Baku is king, that's cool. Where the M'Baku becomes the new king, that's cool. Or if they come back,
I like their relationship, so I could see that happening.
Yeah,
like that. Like he trusts her to a certain level, she trusts him to a certain level.
He seems more fitted to be a king than her.
And in this movie, he was more diplomatic, like you brought up. Like his decisions were more level-headed, were more like long range rather than impulsive.
Yeah.
So I can see that.
Yeah, like I said, I give it a 6.5 only because the ending I feel like they did really good up until the ending, and the ending was just kind of like, why? Like I said, it's Disney. I get it. It's just like the ending just seemed too perfect. Yeah, it just seemed too perfect. And I like I said, I enjoyed the movie overall. But to be honest with you, will I watch it again? Probably not. This is not one of those movies
watch it again.
I probably would.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I really want to watch it again.
I'll watch it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it again too.
To what I missed, but this is not something like where I watch like Black Panther. I probably watched that a dozen times. This I'll probably watch it again just to see what that I missed in theaters. But other than that, this is good. But
I think I watched
thought
this.
The performances were good enough
That's
to
why
want
I
me
give
to
it
watch
8.
it again.
Okay,
that's
so
why I give it 8.
You know what? I'll bump it up. Angela's Bassett performance.
No. You stick by your 6.5. No. I will hold you to this.
Let's pick Ed first, so he won't get influenced.
This is your Batman and Robin moment.
That's true. Yeah, you have a
this is your Batman and Robin moment, my friend.
Okay, 6.5. I'll 6.5.
Yeah, you damn right.
Don't let this bitch ass bully you into a 6.5.
No,
let's
stay with your
pick
7.
Ed first, so he
but the
won't
thing is,
get
the reason
influenced
why
by other people's
the reason
scores.
why it's 6.5 is because Angela Bassett. If it wasn't for the first 3/4 of the movie being good, I probably would be like, yeah, this movie is a solid 5. It's average. But Angela Bassett's Angela Bassett in this movie, I think, as far as emotional, her and Shuri definitely carried this movie emotionally for sure. And I think I really enjoyed the
Lupita Nyong'o was good too.
Lupita did a very good job. She did.
Lupita did well, yeah.
They all did a good job. I just think Angela Bassett was the best one.
They all did amazing, but sadly not good enough to be more than a 6.5 for
a cream cast.
Wow.
Well, the thing is it's where's the action? Where's the good action at? You know me, I like dark shit. When she got stabbed,
you went in more dark.
Where's the action? I thought that fight was good. That end fight. That was really rough.
That was good.
That was typical.
She went through the spear?
Yeah. That was fine. I think the whole boat scene was stupid.
Yeah, the boat scene, I get you. The boat scene was very engineered. Okay.
Yeah, super engineered.
I agree with you there.
Like, but the fight scene with her and Namor, I thought that was like raw. I really love that.
Yeah, that was badass.
But the boat scene just killed it for me because it was just. So
I thought she was gonna die. Like she like,
so me too.
Yeah,
I thought died.
Yeah,
took him with her. I'd be like, that would have been a perfect ending for me.
I'm taking you with me.
At that point, the entire line has died. She left the heart-shaped.
No, not the entire line. They still had that dumb kid.
Oh yeah, kill the kid too.
Well, but it would also
kill the
kid.
What's it called?
This is funny.
It would also make
the beach. He pops up.
It would also make Wakanda and Atlantis enemies forever. Remember?
Yeah,
because that's what M'Baku said. He's like, if you kill their god, then we're gonna be at constant war,
eternal war.
Well, that's the thing. Aren't they always at constant war? Aren't they?
In the comics, on and off.
Yeah, on
and off. Yeah. It is a love-hate.
It's gonna happen again.
Sure,
but that's Namor with everybody. He'll team up with the Avengers and then try to kill him down the line.
That's I really thought she was gonna kill him, and I was like, but then here comes Angela Bassett with her great acting in the afterlife, talking about show him who we are.
Well, I that would have been cool, but like I'm really excited to have just Namor uh, in the MCU. They've dropped such a crazy wild card into the MCU right now. I don't think people fully realize. You read comics, but this guy is at the forefront of every like crazy thing that happens in the in the comics. So like in the MCU, I'm curious to see he's gonna pop out at every damn like critical moment.
Is he though?
Well, that's what he does
Namor,
in the
yeah.
comics.
In the comics,
80% of the world is his, and he very much believes that.
In the
Yeah,
comics,
in the
Yes,
comics,
in the
yeah.
comics.
yes. In the movie, in MCU, I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Well, see,
I think
the
it might
MCU
seem
based
more
on
hidden.
comics.
I think it might seem more hidden in MCU.
I think what you're saying, they neuter a lot of characters.
Yeah.
They
in the
neutered
MCU.
them, but they still
Yeah, but I
showed
think the one
what
thing,
he's
Kevin Feige is
capable
a
of
big
doing.
Kevin Feige is a big Fantastic Four fan, and Namor is a Fantastic Four character, and one of his biggest, like, this is one of his attributes, is his ownership of the world and what happens in the world. So, like, he knows best. Like, no matter what, like, I'd be curious to see what's happening with Thanos. Like, well, what was he doing during all that? You know what I mean? Like, you think about all those things.
I see what you're saying, but I can't think of any other villain besides Thanos that has like gone through multiple movies off the top of my head.
Well, we
But
already have Kang.
Yeah,
we got Kang.
Yeah,
okay,
King
well,
or
I mean,
Conqueror.
like, okay, besides Thanos, before Kane, I'm saying that I don't think there's been like another villain that has like crossed over to a different movie in the MCU.
I think I'm on Namor.
Yeah, so in this case, Namor. I can't think.
Yeah, but Namor is unique in the sense that he's capable of doing a lot of good
I know. I'm not saying
as much as a lot of evil.
Yeah, I agree with that. At the same time, in the comics, yes.
So they're not you can't compare.
What are you talking about? Loki pops up all the time in things.
Loki is more of an anti-hero in a way.
So you're saying what are you saying? MCU villains don't pop up in other movies? Is that what you're saying?
I haven't seen that besides Thanos.
So you think Thanos is the only one?
Maybe.
I definitely.
Well, I'm saying okay. So
there.
Well,
Kang the Conqueror, he's going to be in every other upcoming movie at some point. I'm saying like, okay, so what other villain have you seen cross over to another MCU movie?
Yeah, well, I know what you're saying, but this is the whole point of the comic books. Is this happens? I mean,
MCU.
I don't want to burst your bubble.
Not comics. I understand.
I know, and I'm going to blow your mind here. What's going to end up happening? Well, don't spoil it for him. Don't spoil it for him here.
All I'm saying is, yes, there's multiple villains in it that has crossed over to the comics. Villains, heroes, all that stuff. I'm saying in the MCU, besides Thanos, has there been another villain that has crossed over in?
So why are you saying besides Thanos, though? I mean, your answer is Thanos, but why are you saying besides Thanos?
Okay, so
you think they're going to stop at Thanos?
In this case, Kang the Conqueror, he's going to be multiple.
Yeah, he's the
movies.
Second.
Well, yeah, he's already been in multiple. He's already been in multiple.
Yeah. So right now, do you think there's going to be another villain that's going to be in multiple MCU movies? I don't think so.
Well, let me ask you this: was Thanos successful?
Yeah, he was.
Why wouldn't they do that again?
I'm saying another villain that's not a big bad. In this case, Kang the Conqueror.
But we just said Kang the Conqueror.
No, Kang the Conqueror is a big bad.
Well, get to your point, Ed. I don't want to.
What is your point?
I don't know if we're gonna see Namor in another movie.
Get to Ed's point. Because I don't want to be on this all day. Initially, you said that what other villain than Thanos will show up in multiple films. And the first thing I said was Kang the Conqueror. You're like, well, outside Kang the Conqueror. So now outside Kang the Conqueror, another person we could say is Ultron. Ultron has been in multiple series so far. So that's the second one. Now with Namor is a Fantastic Four bad guy. Also with Wakanda. So with Fantastic Four coming up, there's probably a high likelihood that we're going to see him in future either Wakanda films or in other films with Fantastic Four, which has been released.
I mean,
then we have
Kingpin.
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 What's her
yeah.
name? Valentine. What's it?
Valentina.
Valentina.
Yeah,
She showed up
Valentina's
in
been in
multiple ones, and she's not a good guy. So I mean, we've had several ones. Now, not to the level of Thanos. The only one that we have
Thunderbolt Ross.
Thunderbolt Ross. Well, he hasn't came up back yet after what's his
Yeah,
name
but
died.
the only one at this
No,
point
but he's
is
been in
Kang.
multiple movies.
Is
Also,
the only one at the level of Thanos.
Eternals. We've talked about the Eternals. Not what are those damn things called?
Those angel things, or whatever.
The bad guys.
Yeah, what's their actual name?
Deviants.
Deviants. No, not Deviants. No, the actual.
The giant
guys.
Angel things.
No,
Celestials have been in several series, and they are the bad guys currently within Eternals. So there have been other bad people, bad guys.
And I think you've been thoroughly debunked here, unless you want to keep.
Well, it's not. I mean, I'm not.
I think he's talking about like to the level of
there's nobody.
Thanos. There's nobody. But
well, we just finished
Kang's
with the dude.
role.
We just finished with Thanos, and they're setting up the next guy.
Kang. Yeah, which
yeah. What do you want? I mean, like they're literally going from one guy to the next guy.
They can't They can't throw you like a Doctor Doom yet. But they gotta space it out.
The thing is, the problem is that. So I think we have a little bit of a memory issue going on from the initial first Marvel movie of the MCU, not including Blade or anything like that. With Iron Man. How many years did we have to wait until we saw Thanos in an actual film outside of post-credit scenes? I mean, we saw him in
Avengers.
10 years.
Avengers. Yeah,
Avengers.
About 10
he
years.
was in Avengers.
But I'm saying like
it was
outside.
a while.
No, we saw him in the end credit scene.
No. He was in Avengers.
The first Avengers.
Yeah, he speaks in Avengers.
Yeah, they show him around. He pops out in his chair and he's like, "To court them is to court death." Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
And then but what I'm saying is that's still like a mid-credit, post-credit type of scene, where he's actually in the feature film in and of itself. Like,
then you have to go to Infinity War, right?
It's Infinity War. So that's what I'm saying. Like we had to. That's why I'm telling like for Ed, I think we have like a memory issue because we're remembering because Infinity War came out 2018 or whatever. We remember it like, oh yeah, it was just a few years ago. Where's the next big bad guy at? But it took almost 10 years for us to even get Thanos at that level.
10 years.
So you gotta have to wait. We have smaller villains that have crossed into other or other movies. Other villains have crossed into other movies since then. But there's nobody that's gonna be at Thanos level because it took, like I said, 10 years.
Not yet, yeah.
Yeah, but you literally have the heir apparent ready to go.
Yeah,
the heir apparent's right there.
Yeah. So we have King the Conqueror. He's ready to go. We've already seen him in Loki. We know based on certain things like from No Way Home, the Divergent timeline is going, how all the multiverse is in whack right now. Now we have Ant-Man coming. So we have a lot, at least the next medium bad guy. I don't think King of the Conqueror is going to be the big bad as of what Thanos was, where we have to wait 10 years for that to build up. I think he's going to be the medium bad guy, but then we're going to get other bad guys. They've talked about in the past that they're going to get, what's his name?
Dr. Doom?
No, not Dr. Doom.
I still have a theory there's going to be two main bad guys.
What's his name?
Kane and Doom.
I'm having a blank. I'm getting tired. Big guy, has pointy helmet, whatever, on both sides of his head. Silver
Demon
Surfer
guy?
Silver Surfer guy.
Galactus?
Oh,
yes.
Galactus.
Yes.
Okay.
They're saying Galactus might be a potential bad guy in the future. So, I mean, there's a lot of bad guys that they can do to be the world ending. We got the Eternals, them in of itself, literally massive universe
Celestials.
Celestials. Yeah, we got the Celestials. So I'm like, we have a lot of bad guys. I think we just gotta be patient to let the story build up. You don't want to come out with Eternals 1, Celestials come out and destroy the world. Eternals 2, they save the world.
I'm still confused on what is Ed trying to say? What was Ed trying to say?
I don't think we were to see Namor in another movie.
Nobody thinks that.
Nobody's gonna see Namor.
Nobody thinks that Namor is gonna take Thanos' place.
Who the fuck is Namor?
Namor.
Kukulkan.
Numenor.
All right.
Yes.
So you don't think we're gonna see any big bad guy for how many years? You think?
No, we already see the big bad. Well, maybe the big bad guy, but I think it's gonna be a long time, just like it has been for Thanos for like 10 years. I'll say maybe like in a 5-year span. But I have a theory it's gonna be 2 big bads instead of just one.
Well, I think they're gonna use the one big bad to build off the next big bad. I think they're gonna
for
build
sure.
off.
Kang is the next big bad. Everyone's pretty much said so.
Mm.
Yeah, but I think Doctor Doom, especially with the Fantastic Four.
What
Kevin Feige
what
already
tipped
said,
you off? The name of the next 2 Avengers movies?
Don't do that.
Don't
Yeah,
say
no
Kang
shit.
Dynasty.
Dude, don't do that. Well, Kevin Feige already said he's a huge Fantastic Four fan. So I think it's almost guaranteed that after Kang, we're probably gonna get Doctor Doom for sure. Kevin Feige's in love with Fantastic Four. So
And who isn't
Yeah,
in love
Dr.
with
Doom. And you got Magneto.
Everyone loves Doctor
Those
Doom.
are your 2 big villains that will be a big threat.
Magneto.
I
I
can't.
would love to see Magneto.
They need to do an actual Magneto who is like world-ending Magneto.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's a great
Yes.
comic book story where Magneto tilts the axis of the Earth by 1 degree, and it causes like chaos, like tsunamis. So like everyone has to team up to take him down. It's a real good story. So I can see that happening. Like he's a global threat. We just never seen that global threat yet.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
At Omega level.
You know the only person that
Omega
can
Mutant.
the only person the Omega level that can fight a Magneto. You guys know the only
Your mom?
Kanye West.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
Kanye, if anybody's gonna take down the Jewish mutant, it's gonna be Kanye West.
Oh my goodness.
He's gonna go DEFCON.
Gonna go DEFCON 4 on him.
Twitter can't say Magneto now.
No. And Kanye doesn't have any medals in his shoes.
He does.
They're
No, he has
designed.
metal in his chin.
But he does on his jaw.
Yeah.
Oh,
from-
shit.
so that's
That's
gonna
a
be the one.
weakness.
That's gonna be the weakness.
That's a well-written character though.
Well, the problem is that if Magneto tries to like pull Kanye in, and if Kanye hits him with that chin, goddamn. I mean, that's possibly world ending right there. But we'll see. We'll see. Wouldn't that be kind of cool if they did that? Like Kanye, kind of like
Kanye West fought Magneto. Yes, that
Magneto.
would be cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet.
That would be pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think
There's your big bad, Ed. There's your
Yeah.
big bad.
Yeah, when you beat all the other racist characters, you got Kanye being the last one. He's the big bad for sure.
Yay.
He ain't got. What if they change Kang the Conqueror
To Kanye?
Kanye the Conqueror.
Kanye the Conqueror.
Oh my goodness.
The Jewish, you used to see all the Jewish writers and at Disney, their hands are sweating. Like, holy shit, this is gonna be really bad.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like you just see like a portal open and he comes out of the
Yeah.
portal. He's like, "I'm here to stop the Jewish threat."
Oh. Oh no.
He's like, Kang, I was gonna let you finish, but I have the. Just go.
We got real fish to fry.
Yeah, right.
There's a bigger threat.
Oh man, well, we'll see what happens. All right,
Thanos
so,
doesn't like black people or something.
It was something. It was gonna be something crazy. All right, so, all right. I think we talked about Wakanda in depth. I think we hit our other issues. Next week we'll be talking about Andor. Season finale should be this week. I'm so happy about that. I thought Andor was stopping at 10 episodes, but Andor, God, it's a great series.
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
We'll get to it. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
not spoil it.
No, we're not gonna spoil it. I'm just saying it's a damn good series, and if you're a listener and you like nerdy shit, you should definitely watch Andor for sure. But other than that, that's about it. So unless anybody has anything else, Ed, go ahead and take us out.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 65 of the Blurred Podcast. As always, you can find us on all major platforms and live on twitch.tv/the Blurred Podcast. Wakanda Forever. Baby.
Talk to you later.
All right,
That's
see you
Wakanda
later.
forever.
That's actually not a bad outro, Ed.
Of course, I always get the top-notch, top-tier outros. So
Shut up.
always,
No.
always,
No.
Bullshit.
always and forever,
Anyways,
Bullshit.
blurry later.
Blurry later.
baby.